And welcome to another installment of just how much trouble can we get ourselves into this week, as we're doing our Wednesday Pathfinder trap storyline. So we have tonight with us on Skype, starting down my list, is David, who may be muted. Hello.
Yes, David is muted.
Sorry about that. I disconnected.
Okay.
Sorry, was I introducing?
You were being introduced because you're at the top of the list
That's unfortunate.
with the organ music
hello,
in the background.
I am David. Yes, very ominous. I was worried it was going to be a 10-minute version of Inagata Devita. Hello, I'm David. I play Bella Silvertongue, who is a human sorcerer, awfully fond of not healing and diplomating and generally not inflicting harm because it's not really his thing. Not because it's not his thing, it's just he's pretty crap at it.
You will get better. Stronger,
Yeah,
more devastating as you go on. And next person on the list is Ethan.
Hey, I'm playing as Dane Steelfire, who's a rock dwarf who tends to just stay at the back and shoot his way through things.
Well, hey, he is succeeding.
Mm-hmm.
And he does have a puppy.
It's true.
Okay, and you're not even going to introduce your puppy.
I do have a puppy/wolf called Kobold who follows me around everywhere, and I try and not make him get hurt.
And then next person up we have is Jeremy.
Good evening, yes. Playing Cordar, a elf human from residing originally in Sandpoint, and yes, has now just managed to complete his trials and training as a Pathfinder to begin to fulfill his dream of being a hero for the world.
And he will be a hero, I am sure. And next up we have Mark, who's got fame between two games now.
Oh, that's right. I play a self-titled chef, Penguin Stout, from Magnamar. Is that Magnamar? Right, yeah.
It is Magnamar.
Yeah. So I don't know if I'm still the official leader. I can't confirm or deny, but I am a brilliant chef in my mind, and I create the best pastries in all of Magnamar. So.
Okay. Well, it's good to be the chef. And up next is Susie.
I'm playing Nexa, who is a human half-orc. I am a barbarian, and I am still trying to figure out what I want to do. I feel like I'm not really fueled by anger there.
Well, you'll work on it. But hey, the individual elements of your character's sins for each adventure isn't important. It's the overall feel of it that's important. So if your character acts in anger all the time, then they'll probably fit the wrath fairly often. And as unfortunately there wasn't a lot of story in the last section, you actually got something like 2 or 3 sessions in the dungeon to deal with what you are. So now's a good time to start thinking about how you want your character to act as you're off on a investigative mission. And you have just spent the last 17 days in transit down a river, entertained by the acrobatics of a young elf boy by the name of Nashru. He's probably less of a boy, more of a man, but they like to call him the young Nashru. As he balances daggers on various fingers and other parts of his arm and leg, showing his prowess while going down the river.
and generally having fun. But also, obviously, hero worshipping his older brother, and obviously paying close attention to his mum.
Yep. And it has been quite an interesting trip downriver. But all things come to an end. You have travelled all the way from Magnamar on that river's edge, upriver, to that city, and then eventually all the way to Ilsarin on that lake. Which is amusing because the other characters are just a little bit over there at the moment.
Okay, Maggie.
Yep. So they're on the other side of the forest to you.
Yeah. Well, I say so. They're in what's his name's hometown.
They are.
So, King of Zeros, yes. Okay.
And so it has, and the thing is, they haven't actually arrived there yet because they're still in transit.
Yep. So speaking of still being in transit side of the house, now, so what are we actually going to Ilsa do for them?
You are investigating a murder. Details will be provided to you once you actually reach the town.
Okay. But yeah, so obviously we are, well, not so much of an issue for Cordar, but for those investigative types, the trail will be somewhat cold by the time we get there, probably.
I will look around the ship, see if I can find any sort of things I could, like a little rug thing over my back or something like that.
Does Koya...
And make sure he doesn't light the boat on fire.
Really?
Does Koya have any knowledge or understanding? Has she been to Ilksudur before? What kind of town it is?
She's travelled through it. She says ill-bred ex-Chilaxians who probably don't know any better.
Mm-hmm.
So devil worshippers from before they were devil worshippers.
Yeah. And how do they feel about the local Varisians?
As long as the local Varisians pay money, they don't care. But if there's a local Varisian up against one of them in any sort of argument, the Varisian is considered at fault until proven innocent.
Mm-hmm. So, okay.
So she doesn't have a high opinion of them from their laws or other things. So she's happy that they've decided to send some more level-headed people who aren't just going to say, shoot the gypsy.
Okay, so that was the next thought was, so presumably someone's asked for the Pathfinder Society's help to do this investigation, but by the sound of it, it's not necessarily the local constabulary.
You don't know. All you know is you're told to get here and that you'll find someone there who will enlighten you.
Okay.
And Pathfinders aren't always great at giving you information, as you've noticed. So you've got a problem to deal with here. Get there, and then you'll be able to figure out what to do next. Is their current standard way of telling you how to do things. Which,
of course, is the Shadow Lodge's primary discontent with the Grand Lodge Master's way of doing things.
Or
the December's way of doing things.
Don't just stretch my lodge, damn you.
No, it's and again, like that certainly needs a player side of the house, but yes, it's certainly the one of the good aspects of the Shadow Lodge. From Cordar's perspective, it's just the fact that yes, that's what they might claim they're doing, but really they're just a disruptive influence.
Okay, so which amongst you considers yourself the leader?
Unless somebody says it, I'm going to say yes, me.
Yeah, you might consider yourself the leader. Doesn't mean it's a good exception to follow that.
And
I don't know. Dave might have something to say, but he's just gone in the bathroom.
Well, okay, that makes it very hard for him to claim to be the leader if he's not there at the time.
Oh, we could say Puppy's the leader. We don't know.
He's back, so you can ask him now.
Okay,
The
so
dog is the leader.
Ethan, I asked everyone, does anyone consider themselves the leader?
I mean, I was a pretty good leader at the end of the last one. Well, not
Possibly a better question amongst the party might be, who does everybody think the leader is?
That is another question.
In the sense that there might be a lot of people that don't necessarily think of themselves as a leader, but who are they following?
In which case, I'll put it to a vote. I'll go to, okay, so who does Cordar follow in the party? Who do you defer to?
Those with the right idea.
So, no one in particular. Okay, Pinwinkle, who do you defer to?
You don't need to ask that question, Mark. You know the answer straight away. But
well, I thought it'd be worth to actually ask you, in person instead of just assume.
Well, I told my mum I was a leader, so just put it out there.
Okay, so Susie, who does Nexa think is the leader that you'll defer to?
Is this going to be a round of everyone thinks that, like...
They're the leader?
Oh, I don't particularly think I'm the leader, but, like, I will follow someone if they have, like, sensible and non-aggressive. Okay. Like, non-nasty.
Is that accounting for or discounting anyone at this stage?
Well, Pinwinkle can be questionable, so probably discounting him.
So I think that's a vote for Cordar, Dane, or Beleth. Which one do you like to follow the most?
Probably Dane. He seemed alright as a leader last time.
Okay, Dane, who do you follow in the group?
Well, I'll rule out Pinwinkle. I'll probably go with Cordar.
Not yourself?
I mean, if you say yourself, that's just bad.
Isn't it?
They said the detail is, like Martin was saying, who in the group thinks of themselves as a leader, and certainly some people should, I would think. But yes, a lot of people don't.
I'd probably say myself / Cordar. That's my.
That's really rude. That's meanness.
Okay, and so next person to ask that for is Beleth. Who does Beleth think is the leader that he follows?
Beleth prattles on for 10 minutes and says an incredible amount without saying a single thing, and very tactfully avoids the question.
Okay, so it looks like Dane it is. 2 votes for Dane. Don't you like voting for yourself there? That made you the you were the leader by default.
The 2 greatest words in the American dictionary.
So you think you're the leader, and someone else thinks you're the leader, so you are by default the leader.
Okay,
sure. You can keep thinking that.
You were handed a scroll with someone patting you on the shoulder, going, "Well, if you don't survive, we'll understand."
Standard, very standard.
Is that before we left Magnamar?
This was before you left Magnamar.
Yep. Okay.
And they say that this is told to you specifically, not to pass on to the group, so the rest of the group get to hear it, is that you've been sent on this quest because someone was cursed by Pharasma. No one in particular, of course. So...
they didn't say someone in the party, they just said someone generally.
And they named Pinwinkle. So as penance for your actual troubles, which is why you were sent out the night after you had actually completed your quest, the murder will happen around the time you arrive at the location. So you'll have plenty of time to investigate the fresh murder.
Right.
And because it is the Goddess of Death who has tasked you specifically with this job, she will remember it if you don't complete it. As a fearless leader, you are now responsible for the completion of this quest.
Yay.
So it's good to be the boss.
P.S. If I can claim that guy that I've doomed, it'll be a bonus.
So I'm shunned at the end of the vote, is what you're saying.
Well, He hasn't told you anything about this unless he wants to. But
I know I'm cursed. I'm already know I'm cursed. I didn't know that from last session. So
you do know you're cursed.
Yeah.
And the curse will stay until you successfully solve enough things for Pharasma that she's happy with you again.
Okay. Well, okay. Fair enough.
Which may be one or many quests, depending on how well you do. And then
Gotcha.
we pass...
Stick at the back. Gotcha. Got that now. Okay, cool.
Don't read from holy texts and commit it to memory and then chant it later.
I had a good skill in it. I thought I was doing well. I was trained in that, so I thought I was going to go okay.
You were, but
That's
it's a
okay.
secret role.
It's only two things I'm not trained in, I've realised already at first level, so yeah.
Okay, so 17 days later, you find yourself pulling up to the town of Ilsurin. It is, put simply, a pile of wooden shacks against next to a river on the edge of a lake. And right beside it, you can see a carnival. You have turned up at carnival time. At which point, the scroll that Dane was holding and couldn't open, the seal breaks. You can hear the snap in your pocket.
I'll pull it out and read it.
So the
This message will self-destruct in 10 seconds.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
and it says, "You shall find the dead body in the circus. Good luck."
Actually, it says, I prepared explosive runes this morning.
That's the PS.
At which point the
and I'm like, this is the wrong scroll.
at which point the scroll turns to flame and disappears.
Right, okay.
With the sound of many things falling behind you.
See, it was him that burnt the kitchen, not me. Look at it. See? Yeah.
No, it just vanished. There's a difference. I didn't cause
No.
like.
I saw fire there.
And in the
sus about
background,
that.
we had it called out from the Friday night team that it was all your fault.
My fault. Is it really?
Everything is your fault.
I've got to talk to Adam about that one. Okay, damn. Okay.
See, I told you, Mark, you have a reputation over more than one game.
True. Yeah, okay. Seeing the carnival, I get a bit excited, as halfling rogues do. So I'll jump out and look for the first dock person I can find and ask him all about the carnival and in extremely high-pitched halfling speak.
Okay, just I try to catch Mark before he runs off. I'm not sure if I catch him or not.
Yes, you can catch him if you wish, but whether you actually do anything with him's up to the two of you. So as the boat's pulling is probably about half an hour from the dock, as you can see all this stuff, Pinwinkle rushes to the front, all eager and ready to jump off, and feels a hand on his shoulder.
Oh, I meant when it gets to the dock, man, but that's okay. Fair enough.
All right, we need to have a quick meeting first before you duck into the crowds and I lose you again.
Yes, boss, with this most sarcastic tone you've heard out of halfling.
Yeah, I thought so. All right, I'll pull everyone together and tell them what our mission is here. That we've got someone's been murdered in the circus, and we've got to find them and investigate and solve the murder.
As he says that, you can hear screams coming from the carnival.
On cue. There we go.
But it waits until he actually says there's been a murder for the screams to happen.
What do you mean? Did you say you knew it was going to happen? Why didn't you warn us? We could have got the 30th faster.
We've got to send somebody flying over there to sort this out. Jeez, what kind of leader are you? I don't know.
Well, I only found out as we saw the town.
Okay, I believe you. You don't know why. It's okay.
I'm
still waiting.
Like we're being set up.
Oh yeah, Dane also has the Pharasma amulet, the silver amulet, as a token to carry with you while you're doing the quest.
Oh, we're definitely set up.
So it's easy to keep track of where you are.
And it still glows brightly every time Pinwinkle comes near.
Yep. We're being set up.
Probably. I'm just gonna put it out there and say you really pissed off Phrasma.
I officially 100% ignore it, so it's okay. I'm just waiting to.
You mean to say we've been set up with this bullshit mission because of that moron?
Yeah, probably.
Sorry. I have some time for Belagar, but only because he saved my life. But it's only the reason I have time for him.
Belath, and you owe me a favour.
Belath, yeah, I do owe you a favour. I might see if the curse can transfer to you. I don't know. We'll see how I go.
Favour number 1 is get his name right.
Yeah. Well, that's right. It's all good.
Take it away.
I'm reading now. Okay. Well, I'm just going to wait till we officially dock, where I can run down to the dock and ask the person about what's this carnival like. Is it really good? Is it really all that kind of stuff? So.
Okay.
All right.
You can see the pennants, the streamers. You can see the glowing lights and the magic illusions over the top of the tents itself, saying carnival in lit Varisian letters.
Belath is still sad that he can't cast Disintegrate.
Well, it depends on who you want to cast it on.
I know he would.
I know you, Martin. I know you well enough as a DM that I'm not going to answer that.
Yeah, it's very safe.
I wish I cast it on this person. Okay. So yes, it takes another half an hour for you to reach the dock. So you've been watching and listening to the screams this whole time.
So are the screams? As we get closer, do we realise the screams are not necessarily the sound of violence and murder, but in fact screams of laughter and joy at the carnival?
Apparently, it is screams of sorrow.
Pity.
And basically, you come and bump up at the dock, and you watch a pinwinkle disappear off the edge.
Yeah, I knew that was going to happen.
And I shall give him a reflex roll to make sure an acrobatics roll to make sure he lands on the dock and not the water.
+6, 13.
Okay, he lands right on the edge of the pier and runs off into the crowd of people.
I'm only going to look for anyone on the dock and ask about the carnival, so I'm not going into the actual carnival yet.
Most of the dock workers here look like the grizzly Chilaxians with their strangely tattooed hands.
Yeah, I'm still going to ask one of them.
Yep.
I'm just going to ask it. Oh, look, we're just new to town. What's this carnival like? And just get really annoying kind of tourist. That's all.
Okay, he looks at you and he says, "It's a circus."
Oh, anything special about the circus? Anything we should know?
It has a sphinx and a dragon.
And a dragon? Whoa!
And they use magic.
And they use magic? Oh, okay. Thank you. And I run back to the party and tell them.
They sell pastries.
Oh, sorry. And I hand him my pastry. And I'll roll my crafting and see how good the pastry was. That's a very good pastry. That was a 24. So
Okay.
you got a really nice pastry.
You can even see him munching on the pastry.
Yep, there you go.
Cool.
He doesn't
In the half hour between getting told about the events going through and the waiting for the boat to arrive, Gordar will be having gathered his kit together to be ready to leave immediately and bid farewell to Koya and Nashru with the hopes that I will actually see them again shortly. But apparently, there's word that those screams are not necessarily screams of joy.
They're going to stay at the boat till you just tell them it's safe to venture into town. They don't really want to get mixed up in any gypsy hunting nonsense.
It may not be the ideal time for the place for locals to be at the place of time. So.
That's their worst case. They can move on to the next town because, well, there are quite a few towns along that lake.
But okay, certainly I will be thanking them for the ride if I don't get a chance to see them again before they depart. So.
Well, they think about it and go, we're going to move on to one of the other towns. I'll come back this way and see if you need a lift home.
Thank you. It's been wonderful to have news at home. But, and then, yeah, so as I say, Cordar is ready to move off as soon as we dock, and we'll be aiming to head towards the sounds of screaming, etc., at a brisk pace. Not running, but orderly.
As you get off onto the docks, you notice your bag's heavier.
Mm-hmm.
Koya's added food again.
Sorry?
Koya's added food again.
I was going to say yes. I won't worry about that immediately anyway.
It's noticeable enough that it's like, yep, it happens every time.
And hey, she does put some delicious extras in there, so...
Before disembarking, Bella changes into more Chilaxian attire.
Yep. You do know these guys are not like the Chilaxians. You were warned that up front.
Yeah. They're ex-Chilaxian.
Oh, sorry.
This is on the X.
You did mention that.
And they're currently having a... you are here representing Magnamar, whereas there is a delegation coming representing Cheliax at the same time.
I feel conflicted.
I know.
Well...
And also there's technically a difference between the Cheliax, or like the Corvosa, which would have been where the delegation, the Cheliax delegation probably come from, and the Cheliax Lodge in Pathfinder Society.
Everyone thinks of Corvosa as Cheliax, and everyone thinks of Magnamar as more Taldor, or to be more honest, more Varisian, because they're more open-minded about what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
They were actually Chilaxian descendants as well. So most of Varisia was colonized by Chilaxians who were pushing the gypsies out of all the locations.
Right. So I take back what I said. I obviously don't get into the entire.
That's why I thought I'd give you the heads up beforehand.
Thank you.
Sure, we shall go in with that and watch the fun happen.
Yep.
Okay, so as the last one of you gets off the boat, you see the boat push away, and Koya wishing everyone good luck. And last thing you hear as she fades away from the distance is, "Hope you don't die."
Likewise. Or in my case, hope I see you again.
I assume she's looking directly at me at this time as well, Martin. I got a feeling. So.
I know she completely ignored you.
Yeah, you might assume she was looking at you, but
well, that's okay. I'm happy.
But you felt it was directed at you because the whole world revolves around Pinwinkle.
And that's 100% correct. Now I want to see this dragon. So.
Okay, as you wander towards the circus, you see that there are wagons all surrounding it with big tents. There is one very large tent in the at the very end of their encampment. A row of wagons either side of a parade. Even has a description of the area as you look in at it. So the path runs towards the travelling zoo. The south are booths with pavilion tents tops that provide shade from the games of skill and chance played beneath. Behind them are circus wagons, some clearly only for transportation and equipment, while others are an attraction and portable shops for the merchants. To the north is a gigantic tent erected on a tall pole with a stage curtain pulled shut across its front. At the moment, there are no one here. They've all fled back to the town.
Okay, so do we have to go through town from the docks?
You can actually bypass town and head straight to the circus.
Okay, well, so Cordar would have been aiming and encouraging the rest of the party to actually head towards the sound of the screams. If that took us to the circus, well and good, but if everyone's left the circus, then there's probably no screams.
Yeah, we'll head straight to the circus.
You can see a couple of armed militants standing in the circus, pointing fingers at a variety of strangely dressed men and women. So basically translates to town guard pointing fingers at circus performers.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I slide off to the side and stealth, and try to make my way around?
Give me a stealth roll.
Yeah. Oh, lovely your roll, smart Mark. That is a 9.
Okay, so you see Pimwinkle whistling his own theme music as he moves off to the side.
God, I hate this character with the stealth.
If he lights anything on fire, I will be very unhappy.
I don't think I've got a torch to do that, so you're okay there.
Okay, and while you're walking past, you happen to pick up a lit torch.
Whistling, holding the torch behind your back.
Not only is he going to light something on fire, he's just stolen somebody's torch.
No, I do not take the torch, Martin. I'm just putting it out there. I don't need a torch right now. Thank you.
Oh, you say you can light a fire without a torch?
Say that out loud. I might have some things. But I don't need a torch, thank you. So.
Okay, so stepping over the lit torch.
Okay. Yeah, well, Cordar is happy to manoeuvre towards the confrontation.
Yep.
At least to look at what's happening. He's not necessarily going to try and involve himself yet, but he's looking to see what's happening.
Okay, so the two guards are talking to what seems to be a very muscly Ulfin. So a Northman.
Mm-hmm.
So they are very much Viking-like in how they in their culture, and this guy has muscles upon muscles. And very much no neck. So obviously he's the tightrope walker.
Seems like it.
Okay, and both guards are pointing at him and basically yelling at his direction and stop when you get close. And turn and look at you and going, "Who are you and what are you doing here?"
So if the party look you come through, I'm guessing.
You see that the party has followed you here, except for Pimwinkle, who is currently tiptoeing noisily in the background.
He's hiding in the shadows with a bright lit torch.
I don't have the torch. I said that before. Just get it right. So anyway, my plan, Martin, is to get around the backside of the actual big tent. So,
okay, so you see Pimwinkle tiptoeing through the open spaces nearby.
Okay.
Well, I will go ahead and introduce us and say that we heard some screams and other noises when our ship was pulling up, so we've come to investigate.
That's my job. I'm the town guard. I'm doing this for the sheriff. Under what authority are you here for?
The Pathfinder Society?
Pathfinders have no jurisdiction here. I work for the sheriff.
Okay, can we help out then?
Sure, go speak to the sheriff. I'm not going to deal with uppity Pathfinders who think they know best, he says, while I'm sneering in your direction.
Yeah, standard. Okay, well, is there anything you can tell us about what's happened here without going and talking to the sheriff?
Sure. I'm here questioning a suspect, and obviously I should be questioning you too, because I'm sure all Pathfinders do bad stuff.
I mean, that's not true.
So, do you kill things?
Come, my friends. Now, no. This is a little bit silly. We're just here to visit. We do have a few skills, and we will go see to the sheriff to offer our help, but until then, we're just here to help. We're here as a friend.
I can detect the Chilaxian accent there. Obviously, you've got someone of intellect amongst you.
Well, we can't be too Chilaxian.
Well, Corsica is a fine place. I visit there on my time off. I've been recommending we rejoin the people there, so the council is divided. So I think we should rejoin Chilax and be a mighty empire once more.
Look, Chilaxia is a beautiful place full of very wise people, but like all places, there are some people who aren't as wise as others.
Yes, let's convert them.
Well, you know, there's always other options.
Yes, we can sacrifice them instead. That would work too.
Look, all I'm saying is that right now we have jobs to do, so we're going to go see the sheriff, and we will leave you to do what it is that you so skillfully are doing.
I shall interrogate people who are at fault. Is there a halfling around here somewhere? Halflings are always killing things.
They're not so much killing things, but I do know that they like to make mistakes and do slip up every now and again.
I like blaming halflings. They're an easy target.
Well, you're not wrong, but in this case, the truth is what really, really matters and who did these heinous things.
The truth is, I hate halflings, he says as he walks off.
He's cool.
As you see him heading off, following someone who's heading towards the big tents. Okay, so back to you guys want to head to town to speak to the sheriff?
Okay. Well, so is there anyone else actually around the carnival still at the moment?
You can see there are a few of the performers nearby talking, whereas the majority of the citizens are milling closer to town.
Mm-hmm. So, is there actually any evidence or visible issues?
Not that you can see here.
Okay. So
Alright, well, we'll go back. Well, retrieve Pinwinkle before he does anything stupid and the guards try and stab him.
What about the carnival folk?
Yeah, we can try and ask them what's happening.
Can we see many of them around at the moment?
There are a few of them around. One of them is trying to get the party's attention without the guards noticing. Be a perception roll.
Uh,
19.
Perception. Corda got 20.
Okay, those of you who got at least 15 notice that there is someone off to the side trying to get your attention. Gesturing.
Well, because Corda is sitting there and say, well, actually, if you want to go and town talk to the sheriff, wouldn't mind the opportunity to wander through the carnival. Well, apparently we've got us ourselves.
We've basically shut them down until we get to the bottom of this problem. You should probably let him down, he says, as he turns away.
To Dane, as effectively as we had to leave. Corda was not necessarily aiming to leave, and he will point out that if others didn't notice, that it did seem that we might have the opportunity to talk to or get other points of view.
Okay, so you see someone who looks like that is the person gesturing to you.
Okay.
So Varisian looking.
Yes. Now, everyone in the group did grow up in and around Varisia, didn't we?
And that is roughly what the carnival layout looks like, if I can get my hand to work properly.
Okay then. So
you come in from this side.
Yeah.
This side, and you've got the halfling somewhere around here.
Okay, that big circle thing, I assume is a big top type stuff you're talking about?
Top, yeah.
And what's the other, the larger rectangular thing to the north?
That is basically their zoo.
Okay, yep.
So I'm sure Pinwinkle can let whatever's in there loose later. He was told what was in there.
Okay. So the town guard, did you say he walked off, or?
One of them had walked off to follow where Pinwinkle was heading, and the other one was busy talking to the strongman.
Okay. So certainly I would be keen to hang around here rather than necessarily talking directly to the sheriff, but if others want to go doing what we need to do, all right.
Okay. So who wants to sneak over and talk to the Varisian who has gestured you?
I didn't see him, so.
He was pointing out.
I'll take Bellas and Corda.
So, yeah. So, okay, yeah. We'll certainly say that, hey, we're talking to her, or she wants to talk to us at least. So.
Okay, give me a stealth roll for those of you moving that way to see if you can do so without getting the guard's attention.
Caught up on an extra one.
15.
Okay, that gives him 6 on stealth. But as I said, he was loudly proclaiming that, hey, look, I want to take the opportunity to look at the zoo or whatever, while there's obviously clear to people.
Yeah, did you want to roll stealth roll, Martin, while trying to go to the tent or not?
Yes, you had already made a stealth roll while you were walking along.
Cool, it's alright, so I'll check.
And while you're walking along, you hear Corda call out in the background about how he's going to go look around now that no one's here.
Okay.
He's loud enough that everyone turns and looks in his direction.
Yeah, he was literally wanting to take advantage of catch job at the carnival, take it to play, look at the animals and things like that, when obviously the crowd's all around.
Can I base on that, because that's he's trying to grab attention, can I hide behind a barrel and do a stealth roll?
I'm basically going to say everyone else manages to sneak away while he's getting everyone's attention.
That's perfect.
He rolled a 1. Okay, so one of the guard that was following the Pinwinkle turns around and comes up to Cordar and says, "Look, I'm going to escort you back to town. You can talk to the sheriff before you're allowed to look around." And he gestures to the remaining people he can see and gestures for them to come with him. He can't see Pinwinkle, he can't see Dane, and he can't see Nexa.
So why is it closed down though? Why can't the carnival?
Because there's a crime scene. The sheriff said no one's allowed to look until after she's finished with it.
What crime scene?
Ask the sheriff.
Ballas is the one with Dane, and Nexa is... I don't know what Nexa's doing. I think Nexa's just standing around.
In which case, Nexa's going along too, so it's Nexa and Corda being dragged back to town.
So what happened? Is that why you were talking to the Northman?
You need to talk to the sheriff. I'm not allowed to talk about this any further.
Okay.
So, drags the two of you away. So, Dane and Beleth, you get to meet the carnival member. She leads you to a large private wagon off to the side and gestures you in.
I just Ballas going first as a courtesy.
Does Beleth go in? Apparently Beleth waits for you.
David?
Oh, sorry, I was muted. How good's that? No, Beleth gestures for you to enter first. Look, you do what you've got to do and I'll interrupt if needed.
Alright, I'll go in first then.
Okay.
Did not want to get attacked first going through that door.
What could possibly go wrong when you go into the caravan and gypsy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so she says there were we're looking for a group of impartial people who can intervene with the sheriff about a murder that happened in our circus about an hour ago.
Okay.
Do you?
Anytime.
Are you looking for some work? Would you be willing to step in on our behalf? Because it was overheard on the docks that someone proclaimed that you're part of the Pathfinder Society. Well, actually, when you told the guards you're part of the Pathfinder Society.
Yes, we are happy to help.
So, just between you and me, I wouldn't say that too loudly because some people will stab you in the back just for that.
Okay, we are mildly okay to help. Then let's just go back.
No. Calling yourself part of the Pathfinder Society is a death sentence in most cities outside of Magnamar, and sometimes some streets of Magnamar as well. They're not widely loved because they like to steal things.
Fair enough. Well, our party doesn't do that.
Well, so far, but we are going
Yeah, exactly.
We would like to hire you to represent our Umbra Carnival to determine who's actually responsible for the murder and help fix our reputation. Because if a murder was to get out that we were implicated in, our carnival would end up shutting down, and all these people would be out of work. This is our lifeblood, so it would affect quite a lot of people, and also the communities we support, because money spent is money earned.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so can you give me any details of what happened?
Yes. Okay, so she doesn't believe that the sheriff Feldane is an unjust woman, but she thinks she's under pressure to keep the peace more than to find the truth. So she thinks that a third party investigating would be a far better deal than having someone who just wants to say they solved the murder and blame someone because it gets it off her books.
Yeah.
And this isn't really about revenue or personal reputation, or even about protecting who they've accused. This outfit relies on being able to buy provisions in the towns they visit, and they can't allow the ability to perform and obtain supplies to become compromised, because if they can't get food and stuff as they travel, they won't actually be able to travel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what can she tell
Look,
you?
but it's fair. Look, I understand that the cause for that is a fantastic idea, and ordinarily I would be all for it. The problem is, though, is that the city won't receive us very well. For one, obviously, as you said, Pathfinders aren't received very well. But at the same time, we've been told by the constabulary already that we're not welcome.
But if I provide a letter to the sheriff on behalf of our circus, then she will have to take it seriously, because if the circus was to withdraw its support, the town would suffer as much as we would.
So essentially, you're going to force the sheriff, who's also being forced to cover it up, to do the right thing?
Yes. Using you guys as the hammer.
Well, I mean, we're all about forcing ourselves on things, and
This seems like
maybe
an excellent situation.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong with it. You seem like capable people. Especially that halfling whistling to himself as he snuck past the guards.
you and I have different opinions on the definition of capable.
Well, the guards didn't notice he was doing quite a good job. He even carried a tune.
Yeah.
We worry about that one.
He does have a sense of humor about him.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And if you're able to solve this and provide proof that is conclusive of the murderer, she will give your group 60 gold.
That's quite a sum.
And if you can keep their secrets about Jahaza from getting out to the public, she'll double it.
Okay.
You know what? You've suddenly changed my mind. I have no objections whatsoever.
That's our diplomat just there.
Okay, so she sticks out her hand and says, a Chilaxian handshake is something she can trust.
I do not represent this party. My friends will have to shake.
I know, but you are obviously a man of your word, she says, looking at you with a wink.
Yep. You're up, Bella.
Yes, that's exactly what I am. I shake her hand.
And she also shakes Dane's hand as well.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, considering a Chilaxian is on board, a dwarf will definitely make sure that he does the right job. You know, dwarves are as trusting as the stone we stand on.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's not butting you up at all.
I feel like I'm being set up.
Probably.
She recommends that you see Kira Faldane, the local sheriff, and warns that she can be a little hot-headed. And that's not just the red hair.
Oh, good grief, Mark.
Red hair. But I'm not there, so it's okay. I'm not with the sheriff yet, so it's okay, guys. We're covered.
Okay, so...
Yeah.
All right, so we get the letter that she was going to sign so we can give it to sheriff saying we're representing you?
Yep, she spends some time writing that up for you. And then while you're doing that, the rest of them get to be taken to the sheriff. Congratulations, we'll be meeting at the same
Except for me. I'm still haven't been seen yet.
Yeah, I think it's only next to in Cordar that are going straight to the sheriff. So.
It is. So
I find amusing that in that whole conversation where we heard the sheriff's likely motivations for finding a scapegoat, the circus's likely motivation for not being made the scapegoat, and Ballath's motivations for finding this, solving the murder. None of them had the impetus or the motive of find out who actually did the killing. To ensure that the killing stopped.
That's my job, man. That's my job when I get through the
job is to make sure that the circus doesn't get blamed. And if the circus...
No, that's right. Exactly. Yeah, you're looking for avoiding blame on the circus, whereas the sheriff wants to blame the circus because they're an easy target. Ballath wants to score 60 gold. But yes, no one's specifically looking to try and find out, okay, maybe if we find the killer, it might stop the killing.
Hey. We've still got a halfling that's going to go to the back of the tent to find out what's going on.
Okay, so Pinwinkle.
So essentially we're looking for a scapegoat, and well, nobody likes a halfling.
So Pinwinkle...
Yeah, he's not from the circus, and he's not a local.
So Pinwinkle, you wander around past everyone, and you find yourself in a well-lit area with torches staked around something in the middle of it.
What do I... perception knowledge?
Yep.
That is... Only a 12. God, shit-ass rolls tonight.
You think it's someone sleeping in the center of the circle.
Can I just touch him on the shoulder and say, are you okay?
Yep, you step over the torches and walk into the center of the circle and go to touch them and realize that they've got claw marks across them, and you're standing in the murder zone.
Okay.
As you see two humans...
Go for a mystery investigator!
Can I do a medicine check before anyone comes around? Or?
Well, it's a bit hard because you've just walked right into the scene they're guarding.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise. I thought there was person was asleep. I do apologise.
Didn't you see the sign? She says, pointing at the torches.
Well, the torches doesn't say dead person, so I don't know this. I'm not from here. So.
But Light says stay away. We told everyone to stay away from the circle of fire.
Well, I wasn't here at the time. I've just arrived on the boat, and
Well, you come here, and I'll take you to the sheriff now. You've interfered with the scene. He says in a huff.
okay, I won't try to, I'll do the right thing. I said, no problems. Lead the way.
Okay, he grabs you by the collar and drags you.
When I saw the person, do I know what kind of person? Like, is it a human or anything like that? I don't know yet.
It was a human.
Human. Okay, cool. And I saw claw marks. Okay, gotcha. Yep.
As he's being dragged away, Balath and I will kind of intercept and be like, he's with us, unfortunately.
Okay, well, he interfered in a crime scene. I have to take him to the sheriff.
Yeah, we're heading that way anyway. We can take him.
It's my job to take him and report on what I saw.
All right.
Trying to steal from the dead is a crime in this city.
Mark,
Just stares at Pinwinkel and just like,
Hang on. I want to do a diplomacy roll saying, I didn't steal from the dead, I just unfortunately walked onto a dead person.
I caught him pilfering his pockets, he says, with indignation.
Hang on.
Look, if anybody can sort this out, it's the sheriff, so let's go.
Mm-hmm. Can I do a society check or to see the motives of this guard at all? Kind of some. I just want to get an idea because I've got a feeling I'm being set up. So
quite possibly, but then again, you did walk into the lit circle and touch the dead body.
No, and you are a halfling thief.
Well, they don't know that. Thank you.
Well, all halflings are thieves.
Exactly. That's right. I mean, halfling thief is a tautology.
All halflings are thieves. We're also shit. Thank you. I do offer a pastry to both the humans, the guards. So.
The guards shake their head and say, "We're not going to eat anything that's come from a halfling. The last time I did that, I was in the crapper for 3 days."
So not only are you trying to steal from the dead, but now you're trying to bribe the constabulary. What do you think I am?
If Corda says that out loud, I can...
No, the Corda's not there. I was playing the guard.
Okay, playing the guard, then everybody else is okay. Yeah. Sorry if I came across that. I'll lead the way. I'll talk to your sheriff.
Okay, so they take you to the sheriff, and they, as you're reaching the sheriff's building, you notice the other group being led there as well, but they were taking their time. So you managed to arrive there at the same time. As you enter, you see someone who looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
Who just shakes her head as the guards bring in. You can sort of hear under her breath saying, "Not another halfling." As he sort of says it, has his bright sort of smile, saying thank you to the guard who drops you off, and lists a whole lot of other crimes that you apparently did while you were ransacking the body. The list has grown since he told your friends.
And obviously includes attempting to bribe the guard.
It did, yes. Oh no, it wasn't bribe, it was attempt to poison the guard.
Really?
Yeah. Well, he did say he had a bad reaction to the last time someone gave him pastries that was a halfling.
Yeah, that's taking the truth a bit too far, I think, personally. But anyone go there. Anyway, she's got red hair, I assume, so I'm stuffed. Okay, what's the DC I got to roll before I turn infatuated with her? I'll leave it up to you, Mum.
Infatuated?
He's going to offer her a pastry. Give her flatulence.
That is the worst euphemism I've ever heard. I'll give her some of my pastry.
Anyway, I can't say any words at the moment. I just can nod yes or no. Okay. So.
Yep. So he looks on, and after having a quick talk with the guards, she sends them outside, and gestures for you all to sit on a bench near her desk.
I nod and do what she says with a huge smile.
Says so.
She's probably got room for 7. Cordar's happy to stand against the wall on the side.
She says, "Okay, so who's vouching for this halfling?" She says.
Now, look, we're not going to say vouch,
I'm asking for a voucher. I have to lock him up. He has had a number of charges accused against him, from pilfering from the dead to trying to poison one of the guards. And if I don't lock him up during the investigation, then I will be seen as not doing my job. But if someone were to vouch for him, then they would then be responsible for any future acts he does.
Might I ruin the occasion and say that the Pathfinder Society vouches for him?
Are you representing the Pathfinder Society?
Well, I believe technically Dane has already vouched for the halfling by stating that he was part of our party.
So she looks and says, does that mean the dwarf is Dane?
Yes, I am Dane.
Are you representing the Pathfinder Society, Dane?
Yes.
Are you then vouching for this halfling?
Unfortunately, yes.
In which case, then, I release him to your service, and at the end of our discussion, we'll determine how we deal with him. So
Thank you.
He says he will not be locked up at this stage. So now that we've established that you're in charge, and that you're a Pathfinder, how may I help the Pathfinders today? She says. No real sarcasm in there, for once.
Okay. I present the letter that was offered by the circus saying we're here to investigate a murder.
She says it was so much easier when we could just, blame something. Well, if you're willing to take on the responsibility for the murders and put the Pathfinder's reputation on the line for it, I am happy for you to do the investigation.
Did you say murders? So there's more than one person?
Well, if there's an animal involved, I'm sure there will be more than one person killed.
Ah, lovely.
Animals rarely
You
stop
want us
with
to
one
take
kill.
responsibility for the murders?
Responsibilities for solving the murder and dealing with the culprit.
Oh, no, that's not what you said originally. I'm fine with that.
If you want to take responsibility for the murder itself, I'm more than happy to lock you up on the spot.
Yeah,
No.
hard paths.
But I did intend solving the murder, and Pathfinders themselves, have a tendency to kill things. But as I got word from the docs that you weren't here until after the murder had occurred, I won't assume it was you, unless you can kill kill at a distance.
And is my hand still chained or not?
Your hand was never chained; you were just dragged.
Okay, cool. Can I put my hand up?
Yep. So you're taking
wait for a
responsibility for the murders.
And I shake my head no, and I go
No.
and I just tell my party. I said the body had claw attacks on it, claw marks on it.
Just
I'll just tell the halfling to shush and just can we investigate the crime scene that's currently being guarded by your constabulary?
Yes, you guys can have a fresh look at the scene. I'm sure it will help that it was sullied by one of your members. I'm sure he hasn't destroyed
Yeah,
any
we
of
also
the tracks.
we also need to investigate the victim too.
The victim
Yes.
is still there as well. She's happy with you. She's willing to tell the guards that you're taking responsibility for it.
Thank you. Would you be able to help us with any other inquiries we had?
I will be able to help you indeed. Though she has received word that a Thassilonian delegation is on its way, having been forewarned by their clerics that a murder was going to occur somewhere near here around this time.
Lovely. Thanks for the heads up.
Would have been great.
The
if they-
collections had forewarning, but they did not warn yourself.
The letter said it would arrive after the murder, and it did. They also said that a rival delegation would also arrive, and they have.
Okay.
And apparently, you're representing Magnumar in this instance.
yes.
And they say that you'll be conflicted in your results.
Sounds better and better.
Can I do a underworld check or something like that just to confirm what he means by that? I'm trying to find a check that I can do that. Occultism maybe or something like that?
You could make a... Give me a perception roll to see if you can figure out what they're trying to say. Because perception uses a lot of the skills that are separate in Fifth Ed.
Yeah. So far tonight being 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. That is now 11 total.
So consistent. You're unsure what she's referring to.
Okay, cool.
And she says that the basic facts she has on the case so far are that the victim was Chivian Walder, the town moneylender, and sometimes pawnbroker, who owns a local business called the Lockbox. And Walder was found mauled while walking home after the circus performance. And he was found by his wife, who went looking for him when he never came home.
Interesting.
And having actually found him with the help of the guards of her husband's occupation, and they managed to find him, and that's when the screaming started. So she also adds, the mood in the town is sour. There are stories all over the place about the great four-legged beast flying over town last night after the circus closed down, silhouetted across the moon. Of course, I'll be damned if I can find a single eyewitness who actually saw the Sphinx. Now poor Walder is left dead in some bushes. It'll be one thing if these deaths were accidental, but the robbery angle has people thinking of a snazzy heist. I'm not proud to say it, but this stirs a lot of unworthy opinions about Varisians. And basically, the locked box, the dead man's business, was also ransacked in the time of the screaming. So she's just got report that he was ransacked. They haven't had a chance to look through the details yet, but they believe that it's all connected.
Yeah. Have you sealed off the house as well?
She's got one guard either side of the house, but she doesn't really have the manpower to seal everything off. She's got 6 guards in total. And you've basically chewed up the resources of 3 of those.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we'll go investigate the crime scenes and let you know if we need any other help or etc.
And most of the guards don't think the moneylenders' leg breakers were worth noting as dead, but we have had quite a few deaths this night.
How many in particular?
Well, there were all 4 of the pawnbrokers' guards were killed during the performance.
Were the guards actually at the pawnbroker's establishment at the time, or were they at the circus?
They were at the pawnbroker's establishment.
So they were presumably killed as part of the break-in and robbery.
That is her understanding. Which is where the wife of the dead man found them.
But the pawnbroker was found in the circus.
He was found in the circus. By some of the guests of the circus.
So you mentioned stories of a four-legged beast flying through the night sky. Does that have a connection to the circus?
Well, their biggest attraction is a sphinx they have in their cage.
Ah, that would explain the concern.
And considering it is known as Jahazia, which you recognise as the thing that the circus wanted to keep the truth about secret. You can sort of see that there might be something relating to the beast and the attack.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we'll head off to go look at the body and figure out what we can find.
Okay. And I have the murder scene. Okay. As you head back there, would someone like to make a survival check to look at the scene?
Yeah, I'll do that.
I got 20.
24.
You have
So-
plus 7 to survival.
I got plus for my items.
Yeah.
So you have a look down at the ground. You're able to determine that there are beast tracks that appear in the circle, not having walked in, as if something had flown and landed. And there are. You can also determine where Pinwinkle walked in and out of the circle, as he walked over a lot of these tracks.
Stares at Pinwinkle. Really? Like, really?
Pinwinkle's not saying a word right now.
Doesn't have to.
Cordice just staying outside at the back of the lane, letting the investigators do their work.
And what Dane is able to determine that Nexa can't is that by the depth and size of the claw marks, there's no way it could have been done by something as big as a Sphinx. His puppy would be barely... it would be too deep for his puppy, but not deep enough for a large creature. So it's about a medium-sized creature, because puppy is currently small.
Yeah.
So you think it, whatever did this was medium-sized.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Investigator, do you have anything to add to this?
Who are you talking to?
Pinwinkle.
Pinwinkle's not talking to you right now.
Of course.
He still feels a bit betrayed by the party, but it's okay.
Well, I was going to say, Cordice is going to say, is this not your job? Is this not why you're here?
Well, I feel
You tell us you're this investigator. If you're not here to investigate,
Well, I was, but somebody didn't back myself up to. You know, I feel like I'm getting blamed for everything around here at the moment.
Jail.
Anyway,
well, stand aside then.
I walk away from Corda.
Okay, look, bygones be bygones. What have you found?
Well, I can use my detective skills to check if you'd like, as long as I understand that I'm not just a puppet for blame.
No, you're not a puppet. You're a valuable member of this party.
It's okay. I feel a bit happier now. Okay, I'll go over as long as it's okay. As long as Dane's sitting next to me, covering me, make sure the guards don't get upset with me.
Yep.
And can I do a nature roll on the claws?
You
Get
can.
an idea. I've also got medicine or whatever's better, Martin. I'm not sure what the best one for that
Well,
one.
considering its claw marks, it would be survival.
Survival, I can do survival too. And I've got experienced tracker too, but that's only for tracking people, so I might do that later after that. Survival. That's the first bloody good roll all night. 19.
19. You can see the tracks, but you can't see what Dane was pointing at and describing. But you can follow the tracks. The tracks appear about halfway in the circle and lead up to the body and then disappear.
From the tracks, can I determine kind of what? Like I know we know it's a medium size and all that. The claws. Can I do anything like to determine what kind of creature might be that have those sort of claws? Or?
That's where Dane was able to determine things and you weren't. For Dane, he could
Okay,
determine
cool.
the size of the creature. For you can just determine it was a creature.
Okay, that's very cool.
Okay.
So, what is a medium-sized creature that can fly?
So you determined it was a medium-sized creature that was not leonine.
What's
That was not.
As in, not like a lion, not like the body of a lion that would a sphinx be.
Okay. Yep.
And I do mention that they did mention a dragon, guys. So just sort of put it out there.
Yeah, it depends how big it is. Yeah, okay.
It could be a small dragon. Could be a little whelp.
Well, so who's around? So are the other performers around still? Besides one we talked to?
Most of them have been shooed away from this area. So and you have a feeling they don't really like to look at dead bodies.
No.
I was going to say, when we arrived back, did the leader of the circus meet us at all?
You could see her wave from the side and as a hello, but they were all staying away from the investigation until you guys needed them.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, from here we need to figure out what type of creatures this circus actually have that matches the description of what we found. And then we'll need to also go and look at the pawnbroker's house to go and see the robbery / massacre.
Okay. So are you going to have someone investigate the body?
Yep. Is that medicine or?
That is medicine.
All right, Balas, you're up.
Let me
I
take
thought that's what our detective was doing.
please.
Either or.
Let me take a look.
He can do it. It's okay. Can't do everything.
Do you have a healer's kit?
I do have a healer's kit. at the moment.
Same.
Do you need one to do medicine rolls?
I bought one last session.
I get 19 on my investigation, on my healing check.
Okay, so with your 19, you determine the guy was killed with blades and then raked with something after he was killed.
So definitely blades and not claws.
There were claws done over the blades. You think if you had of not looked close enough, you wouldn't have been able to tell the difference.
Gentlemen, it appears that there has definitely been a murder. This person was killed with blades.
And
the claw marks were put in afterwards.
And he also looks as if he has been ransacked or pilfered. But you're unsure if that was the halfling or the murderer.
Also, it appears it's been interfered with, but not in a weird way.
So did any of the town guard stay around this area?
Yes, one of them has, who is doing the finger look at Pimwinkle.
Yeah. I'm not certain. Did Bella mention the idea of that it's definitely a murder killed by blades rather than claws loud enough for the guard to hear, or is he just talking directly to Dane standing beside him?
It's up to Beleth. You calling it out?
I said gentlemen, so I was talking to the party. However, I'm also very conscious of the fact that I don't want anyone else to know.
Yeah, okay, so that's cool. Yeah.
He doesn't seem to notice. He's at he's at the other side to where you are.
Yeah. Well, I'm assuming that Cordar can be filled in later on that sense too, because I said he was standing back, just watching from the outside. So.
Yeah. All right. So I'll say to the party. So what we know is that he was
Killed by blades and then claw mark on top of him or something scratched on top of him.
but definitely was killed and ransacked. Right. All right. Well, from here, I think we need to. Is there anything else that we need to investigate before we go and figure out what could have done this and go and look at the other crime scene?
I think there's not much else we can get from here, considering he has no items on him. And I pull my pockets out to show they have no items in there at the time. So I feel that somebody might have had a purpose to kill him. If it was blades and claws, it could be a dog with the person. It could be all sorts of things. I don't know. So I think we need to look at the other stuff first.
Yeah. Okay. Well, We'll go and talk to the head circus lady and ask to go and see the zoo part of the circus.
Mm-hmm. She happily takes you, saying she has wonders from beyond.
Oh, interesting. What wonders are these?
Well, she says we do have the baby dragon and the Sphinx, which is our main draw card. And just making sure the locals don't get too suspicious of the Sphinx is the main purpose of what she wants to keep quiet.
Okay, why do you want to keep the Sphinx quiet?
Because that's where she makes most of her money, people coming to look at the Sphinx.
Fair enough, that's it. So they're the only two animals that you have?
Besides the draft horses, yes.
No worries. And the Sphinx hasn't gone out or anything after the circus, has it?
No, the Sphinx never gets out. She takes you to a
Between
tent.
us?
She takes you to the other big tent, and inside you see the southern side has no wall, just a curious curtain pulled across its front. The sign posted outside advertises this area has been set aside for meeting the Sphinx at limited times throughout the day. Just inside is a large metal cage with no floors and bars running across the top. A single large door is set in the north corner of the west face, secured by a heavy lock.
Mm-hmm.
Strewn about the grass beneath the cage are silk sheets and a pile of cushions and satin pillows. And sitting in the cushions, you see the Sphinx.
Okay.
And the Sphinx seems to be asleep at this stage.
Cool. Can we'll look closer to see if there's any blood or anything on the Sphinx or anything that we can tell?
Give me an investigation roll.
What's investigation?
Sorry, make it a perception roll.
I got a nat 1, so one of you guys do it.
Not gonna lie, I also got a
I
nat
got a
1.
nat 20.
Okay, so two of you are going, pretty woman head. And one of you is going, yeah, it looks like a Sphinx. You can tell by the size of the paws, there's no way they could have left the claw marks on the ground. Besides being the wrong shape, they are the wrong size. And the Sphinx looks to be at least 600 pounds in weight. There's no way it would have left far bigger an impression if it had landed there.
Is the lady still there? Like, the lady's taken in here.
Yep.
Can we ask her? Can we wake up the Sphinx, or do we have to wait for it to wake up itself? So we'd just like to talk to her, see if she noticed anything herself.
Well, she looks at the Sphinx and says, "Well, the Sphinx sort of waits when she wants to. She's rarely up at night."
Okay.
And with all the noise and excitement, she basically, and because she's not performing, she ignores everyone until she wants attention.
Oh, fair call.
It is a Sphinx after all. It is intelligent.
Fair call. I said, we might come back later and have a chat to her.
So Cordag's interested in the cage.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of gate or locking mechanism is on the cage?
The lock you see is a masterwork lock. It looks more expensive than the bars.
Okay.
And the bars look very sturdy. Not enough to actually hold a Sphinx if a Sphinx wanted to get out. You think more along the lines of making people think that they're safe. Sort of like the bars at some of the zoos that you've been to, where the bars don't really protect you from the animal. They keep you away from the animal.
Yep. And how big is the cage compared to the Sphinx?
She could stretch her wings out and not touch the sides if she chose to.
But not much more?
Not much more.
So, where am I? Cordo's trained in nature.
You do see her look at you for a moment and then just roll over and look the other way.
I will talk to the talking to the circus leader. The cage seems very small for such a large beast. Does it not get restless?
No, she does on occasion, but she's not a beast. She's intelligent. She just travels this way so she can see the world.
And does she always remain in the cage?
Anytime we're near civilization, she remains in the cage, just in case.
Seems a fairly cool environment.
Well,
despite the plush surroundings, it's a small enclosure for such an impressive creature.
Well, she is one of the financiers of the circus.
So it's her choice to remain in the cage.
That it is. That is one of the secrets that we'd wish you to keep from the people. They see her only as a beast, and she is pretending to be just a beast for the guards and the townsfolk. So she plays the role of captured beast.
So, and you said her name?
Yes, her name is. I will actually show you on the screen again.
Jelishana?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why I have trouble pronouncing it, because it is very much like the Telexian names, a mouthful.
Corda is going to call out loudly. Jelishana, I understand that you may be tired and not willing to talk. However, apparently, as the intelligent participant of the circus, you would be aware that you've been accused of this murder?
While you're starting to call that out, the leader beside you sort of shushes you. I'm saying, could you be a bit quieter with the guards so close?
Yeah, maybe.
It's hard to keep a secret if you yell out to everyone who can hear, and these guards are blabbermouths.
Apologies, I was not thinking guards present, but...
Half the vouchers for that.
So, if you come back when the guards have left, I'm sure she'll be more than happy to talk to you, she says quietly.
Okay, that's fine. Well, in that case, we will be going to town to go investigate a couple of things, but we will be back.
I'll put my hand up for the young lady and say, "Excuse me, you mentioned a dragon?"
Yep, we do have a dragon. He is impressive by far. Done as a post, but impressive.
Can I meet him? Her? Him? Her?
Who can tell?
Oh, would you be able to introduce me, please?
I can introduce you. Can you speak dragon? Can you?
I can speak draconic.
You can. She says, "Well, you shall find this interesting." Then she says.
Yeah, we'll all go because I'm responsible for what you do.
Well, of course because
engages the guards in conversation.
Well, technically, a baby dragon is probably about the right size for a 600-pound large beast.
Okay, so as she takes you there. So, do you have much experience with dragons?
Not really. My mother told me all these great stories about them, but I learnt the language because I thought one day I'll get to meet one. And I've always wanted to talk to one.
Yeah, well, with that, I'm sure you'll have a great time having a conversation.
Oh, thank you.
And she takes you into a tent where you can see a cage and a nice medium-sized scaly bearded dragon.
Oh, on Draconic, I'll say hello if it's awake.
As in the giant lizard, bearded dragon.
Oh, giant lizard dragon. Okay. Well, I'll still say just in case.
So Cordar's looking at the wings or lack thereof.
No wings at all.
And again, size is not nearly enough of the style of attackers that apparently hit. No.
So it looks more like that one there, if you can see it.
Okay, then. In fact, no, you said it was a medium-sized creature, didn't
It
it?
is a medium-sized creature. It is the right size, and the claws do fit, but there's no way that creature could have gotten there and back.
That's a fair call. I will just not stand right at the cage, but just if it's awake, I'll just in Draconic say hello if I get any response out of it.
It flicks its tongue in your general direction.
Oh. How are you today? I say Draconic.
Again, it flicks its tongue in your general direction. Give me a Arcana roll.
Arcana roll. Ooh, I got a good roll. Arcana is 22.
With your extensive knowledge on dragonkind that you picked up in your time with the Pathfinder Society, a lizard is not a dragon.
I know. I'm just playing along because I don't want to insult anyone because I've already caused enough insults within 2 hours of me being in the account. So I'm going, oh, okay. Well, maybe we can talk later. And just pretend to go along.
And it flicks its tongue in your general direction again. And you can sort of hear a snicker coming from one of the other circus performers looking in.
No, if they look at me, I give them a wink and then I go back to the party. So, yep. So then I know what's going on. So.
All right, so we'll head back to town then.
Yep. You head back to town.
And we'll
This
go
whole
to...
time, Plumman has been attempting to develop a rapport with the two guards that were standing outside.
Okay, both of them think you're this great bloke because you have the Chilaxian accent down pat.
I certainly hope I have it down pat, you cretins. I obviously didn't say that aloud.
That's good because we may need some help later on.
And you also notice that they don't have it at all. That they're trying because they're trying to sound like like the hick trying to use the English accent.
Just say American trying to do Australian.
Well, anyone
Well,
trying to
then
do
I will
Australian.
spend a significant amount of time attempting to teach them how to sound Chilaxian.
Okay, they think it's a great time. They're completely ignoring everything else while you're talking to them.
I also used the pun, guys. You should totally Chilaxian.
And they burst out laughing as if it's the funniest thing they've ever heard.
I would like to do something too. I'd like to hit him in the back, but I know that if I do that, I'll be arrested and taken back to jail, so I'm not going to do it. So.
Good idea.
So you found your stick. You are the Chilaxian diplomat.
I always was a Chilaxian diplomat.
Okay, so the rest of them come out and say they're heading back to town to investigate one of the buildings there.
Is it the building of the pawnbroker?
Well, that's where you guys said you were heading. I was just pointing out to Beleth in case Beleth wanted to continue his comedy routine.
Yeah.
Or
It's not a comedy routine. I'm developing a rapport.
bit of A, bit of B.
Yeah.
So yes, you make your way back into town. You have no problems finding the lockbox itself because it is a 12-foot high building with heavy wooden doors and no windows. And you see two guards with a distraught woman.
I'm sorry, what?
Two guards with a distraught woman.
The wife.
Good grief.
And you can hear her just blaming herself for the death of everyone It's all my fault. If I hadn't gone to the carnival with her husband, things would have been different. If I hadn't have done this, things would have been different.
Kids.
If I just... it just bothers me to think of him ogling that winged Sheila and what's it. All that prancing about without a top on. But none of it would matter if only Archie was still here with me, she says.
Suddenly, I'm a lot more interested in this show.
Alan's like, I want demonstrations when we go back.
Look, it's for an investigative purpose.
Well, the Sphinx has the upper body of a female.
I'm in.
God.
But a female what?
Did you not look at the picture?
Anyway.
We'll go and talk to the wife.
I saw the picture. I don't know why I didn't see the picture, but anyway.
So, revisiting the Sphinx.
Oh, hang on. I'll bring that picture. I'm interested. I'm in. I've discovered a new kink.
Oh my god.
Once you go Sphinx, you won't go back?
You gotta get your Sphinx for your kinks.
Martin, Victor said he won't be able to make it, he said. So.
Yeah, I saw that message pop up. He's still missing in action.
Or Victor.
Okay, so, and then she sees you guys and sees the big Shalaxian smile and gives you a big hug and then weeps on your shoulders.
Well, I'll leave you to this. We'll go investigate the house.
Is she attractive?
Well, she's teary-eyed and bawling on your shoulder. That's up to you.
I didn't ask whether she had issues. I asked if you... Sorry, even I can't do that.
Okay. Bella recognises she's probably got some baggage, but...
Well, she's currently single.
Well, yeah. I mean, even if she wasn't, which she is. Fantastic. That's moral. It's moral.
Anyway.
And that was the time that podcast got demonetized. So... Belaf very awkwardly comforts her.
Okay, give me a diplomacy roll to see how well you comfort her.
I've never worked for a 1 any more than now.
Natural 20!
Get fucked. 27.
27?
Hilarious.
Okay, she swoons in your arms, and you can just tell she is so enamored with you, she's almost forgotten her husband.
Oh god, here we go.
Why is the only natural 20 I rolled tonight the one that I wanted a natural 1 on?
Such is fate.
Alright.
Righto.
So you now have a new love interest.
You may need another potion antidote for this one as well.
I'll give him a bit of a punch on the shoulder on the way by. I have to. Can't resist myself.
Just noting it down so I get the name right.
Well, if you ask, if we're talking about Mark, it's Bellat. Just FYI.
Yeah, no. I read it afterwards, so.
And let's face it.
Yeah.
It's all right, mate. I'm just giving you grief. Okay.
I'm sure Ballas the type of person that, he's been in town for an hour. Of course he's picked up by now.
Of course. Don't be ridiculous.
Okay, so...
You hear the words player mentioned. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, so we'll go inside the house and investigate what the hell's happened.
So the
I can tell you what's about to happen in this house.
A nice little floor plan. 2 levels.
Mm-hmm.
You'll be starting in the main floor, ground floor, and there is an underground floor. So you'll have been told this by the guards. And I shall describe it to you as you enter B1.
Okay.
It's handy having multiple monitors and a camera you can move.
Belaf attempts to bring up the dead wife's husband's name as many times as possible.
And she goes, "You're so knowledgeable. You seem to know everything."
Oh my god.
I so like the fact that you're honoring my dead husband.
Oh no.
Oh, you best believe I'm going to honor him. Anyway, no. Oh, God. Sorry.
So yes, apparently you're occupied now for a little while.
Yep.
Have fun with that.
The guards are cheering you on, by the way.
Well, now they're no longer dealing with the distraught woman. She's now occupied.
Exactly.
Oh, God damn it.
So the rest of you walk into a room. Lamps illuminate this large showroom. Glass display cases, broken in a few places, line the walls, while two additional cases sit like islands in the center of the room. The cases contain an eclectic mix of valuables, such as unusual tools, weapons, jewelry, and fine china, antiques and artwork. A set of merchant scales rests on top of one of the display cases.
Mm-hmm.
Is
I
the
want to
dead body?
do.
And
Yeah,
you
what
know
do
that the
investi-
doors to the north
Yeah.
lead to a set of stairs down into the vault. And there's also an office and a guard outpost.
Okay. Have the guards told us anywhere we're not allowed to go at all? When we need to,
No,
or not?
you're being given full reign to investigate because this is a bit beyond their skill.
You
Where's
probably also the
the
fact that hey, you're friends with the owner's new bow.
Where's the bodies of the guards that were killed?
Okay, they were in the guards' quarters. Looking in the guards' room, there is a big red blotch remains on the floor where all the guards' bodies were discovered.
Have they been moved
They have been moved.
to the morgue?
They have been taken to the sheriff's office, says one of the guards. Their throats were cut.
Okay.
Okay. So,
We
throws
need
cut
to go
with
back
a
and double
sword or
check
not?
that.
I've asked the sheriff. Yep.
Go ahead, Ethan.
I was just going to say we'll go back after this and go and double check with the sheriff about everything,
Yep.
especially the bodies.
Go, Mark.
I'd like to do a investigation for anything hidden in the main room first.
Okay, give me a look.
15.
15. Okay, having a good look around. While the cases were broken and stuff was taken, there's probably about 15 gold worth of goods sitting in the cases still.
No, I'm not touching. Yeah.
Does 27 get anything, Martin?
27. You can point out that if there was expensive stuff in here, it was probably in the broken cases.
Okay.
And there are spaces where things have been taken. So
Yeah.
it looks like specific things were removed from the cases as a priority.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, well, I'd like to go to... I'm going to look at the door which goes out of the main room and just look at the door, look for any sort of signs of any damage or anything like that. So.
Okay, so there are 3 doors out of this room.
Okay.
I'll go back to the map so I can refer to it. Okay, so looking at the map.
Yep.
That's the main room.
Yeah.
And you've got 3 doors to the north.
Okay, I want to go to the guard room first. If I could.
We came in one of the 2 doors down the bottom, did we? Is that the entrance way?
You came in through the bottom. There are the display cases there. Think of it like a jewelry store.
Yep.
So it's a pawnbrokers. And that is the guard room with the bloodstains in that room.
Cool. I'm looking for any way to determine if something tried to force its way into this room, like damage on the door, and also anything that signs of damage in the room outside of the blood. So.
Okay, and that is the office there. So they're the 3 things on that floor.
Okay.
I'm using halfling luck because I just rolled a 1.
Okay.
So, and that's a bit better. I've got a 21. Yeah.
You got a 21. Okay.
No.
Looking around, It looks as if all the doors have been unlocked.
Okay. So somebody had access to get here. Okay.
Nothing looks picked. There is not a sign of any tools. The locks here look far more expensive than you would expect in such a hick town.
No, that's fair enough. He wasn't.
When you say that, Martin, you're talking about door locks, or you're also talking about locks on the cabinets?
Both.
Okay.
So the cabinet ones look like they smashed the cabinets because it would have taken too long to even unlock them and open them properly, and that they were in a rush getting out.
Okay. Cool. And did I find anything inside the room, like anything out that wasn't straight away we noticed, like outside the blood and all that? I'm looking for anything sort of like a nick on the side of a table that could determine what killed him or something like that.
With the amount of blood here, and the sign, that doesn't look like there's any sign of a struggle, but it does look like someone's tried to clean it up.
Okay.
And you say folks have been slit.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that's it. Cool. I'm just going to look for anything else that we might find.
There is a mop and bucket next to the pile of blood.
Okay. Sounds like she might have started cleaning up. Okay. I suppose go to the other room on the other side, which is the office, I believe. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'll do the same sort of check again. I'm just looking for anything out of the ordinary.
Okay, so as you walk in, you see it as a large polished desk dominating the office. Hooks for hanging lamps are permanently fixed to the walls, while mounted behind the desk is a large framed portrait. Running along the east wall is a large display case filled with plaques, framed documents, trophies, and stuffed animals. And
I rolled a 20 for perception.
And you can tell it's the dead husband and his wife in the portrait behind the desk when they were younger.
Okay. Okay, was there...
Look, okay, pal, not that much younger.
So, with a 19, would I have picked any sort of like hidden chambers in the desk or anything like that? Like I'm looking for anything.
The drawer is still locked.
Still locked, okay. So they didn't take anything out there.
Looking in the display case, you see family portraits of the Walder family, a signed copy of the town charter, a stuffed and mounted bear, a mounted reef claw, and a boggard short spear.
A reef claw?
Reef claw is like a giant crustacean.
Okay.
Does it look similar to what they hurt the person? Like, is it like look at that and look at the wound we saw before?
Blades.
The reef claw is like pincers, not actual claws.
Okay, gotcha. I think the last one was downstairs, I believe, unless anyone else wants something else to do.
Though you could open the drawer if you wish to make a thievery check.
I don't think I should do a lot at the moment. I've got a feeling, but I think it's a bad thing for me because...
Well, we can talk to the widow.
Yeah, I think do it the professional way, not the thievery way. I'd rather do it properly. So based on that, we've got a way in now. Wink, wink. I winked to Dane about. But I think we should check downstairs first to see if there's anything else downstairs, maybe.
Okay, so the as you go to the vault, this bare corridor leads to double doors of the vault. A hook for hanging lanterns is mounted on the western wall of the base of the stairs, and underneath it a single chair.
Okay. When we go down to the vault, is there with the lantern? Did we see anything at all down there, or was it all kind of cleared out, or?
Looks shut.
Oh, looks shut, has it? Okay. I think can I see if it's still locked or not?
You go down?
I'll go down, yeah.
Okay.
Until I actually go in the door, Martin.
Yeah.
Cordar's just going to basically wait on the staircase so he can be looking both the upstairs and the downstairs.
Okay, so Cordar's just watching the upstairs.
But like you basically, if anyone checking how the stairs fit type stuff, and he's basically at the top of the stairs, ready to so you can look down if you need to. But yeah. Okay. When they go inside, you might move you out of the door, but yeah.
I haven't said. Yeah, Martin. I was going to say because I just forgot to do it then. I was going to do a trap check on the door before I touch it for obvious reasons. So.
Okay.
That was a 20 I rolled. So.
Okay, so
Just
as you check, what'd you get on your perception roll? What'd you thievery roll? What'd you get on your thievery roll?
Oh, so that was 20 on the perception and thievery.
What are we thieving?
Thievery is a natural 20. That would have been 26 total.
Okay, so as you're going down there, you do notice that at the bottom of the stairs in front of the door is a pit trap. And that it looks like with your knowledge of such things that the pit trap only goes off if you step out of the vault and haven't disarmed it. And
Okay, so it's on the way out.
And there's a little bit of cloth sticking out of the corner of the pit, meaning that you think there's someone inside at the moment.
Oh. Okay. So the trap will only go off if we come out of the vault, back up downstairs. Okay. Can I disable the trap?
You could, which means the trap door won't open.
Okay. I let Corda. I quickly walk back upstairs with Corda, so I haven't gone inside yet. I say, Corda, there's a pit trap there, but looks like somebody might be in it at the moment. Do you want to just be on the outer of the pit trap, and I trigger it so it actually opens up and you can see who's in there?
Or you could possibly ask the lady of the house.
Oh, we could do that too. Okay, let's go do that. Let's go talk to the lady. She's a lovely lady.
Corda's got to wait and pop the stairs there if it turns out there's someone down there.
Yeah. So I'll go outside and let Bella, the player, know.
What's next I've been doing?
Oh.
Apparently
Has Nexa been just hanging around the sidelines like Corda?
Is Nexa currently muted?
I tried to unmute it and I pressed another button and it did weird things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hanging around by the side as well.
Okay, so basically then, Corda will aim to arrange for Nexa and Corda to be on different areas, or like covering different escape routes or exits. Generally, I would think.
Well, the only escape route is up the stairs. You can tell. So.
Oh yeah, no, like in this exit, but rather than standing side by side, Corda would be, unless we're actually chatting, Corda will naturally aim to take up a different location when he's not doing the investigation side of the house, monitoring the outside. If Nexa is doing a similar thing, then yeah.
Yeah, Nexa's happy to follow. Nexa has a headache, so Nexa's just been like thinking.
So we should go and get the widow first to go and find out how to disable the pit trap or / open it so we can figure out if anyone's inside.
Okay, so as you come out, you hear the widow go, "Oh, Balath," as she runs her hand down his face.
Fucking hell.
I'll call out him like, we need your help.
Guys, folks, is there anything I can do for you? What do you need? Do you need me to go down there? Is there anything that you need down there? Is there someone to talk to? You don't need to leave our new friend behind and go down and help you?
We need her help to open the pit trap at the bottom there.
Yes. Well, she can. Obviously, she'd be more than happy to help. I look to her questioningly.
My husband has the keys.
I'm sure you can find where the keys are.
He had them with him.
Come now, a woman as resourceful as you, I'm sure that you'd know where other keys would be.
He had only one set. It was his way of keeping everything safe, he said.
Well, that's disappointing.
Well, I didn't have a need to, break into things. It's not like I steal stuff.
That's a fair call.
Well, I mean, that's fair enough. I just asked if you one simple thing.
But if the other people want to look for the keys, I'm sure I can cook you a nice meal and show you what I'm good at.
We did find a desk in the study that's still locked. Could the keys be in there?
Well, probably not, because he used his keys to lock the door.
So, okay. In another line of questioning, how many sets of keys are there to unlock all the doors in the house?
One key does everything. He calls it the master key because he's the master, or he was the master. Now
So
Bella should be the master.
Oh god! So only he had that key.
He carried it with him everywhere.
There was no backups at all.
He didn't need one. He said he was the master.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we will need to go back inside and keep investigating. Is there any other details that we need to know about?
Oh, the trap won't go off unless you leave the vault without telling it not to go off. There's a hidden lever in the vault.
Okay, gotcha.
Just as a player knowledge side of the house, that the characters I think might remember. I seem to recall that when people looked at the body of the pawnbroker, he had nothing on him, didn't he?
That was correct.
Yeah, he did.
It looked like he had been rifled.
Mm. So people in the know are assuming that he got killed, the key stolen, and then used the key inside here. Is that what's happening?
Yeah, but they say that as the performance was going on, the house was raided at the same time. That's what the sheriff told us, at least.
Yeah, but they had the key to open up the guard door, so they wouldn't have opened it up without the way I looked at it. So to me, they've killed him first, come here, try to get what they could. Somebody got stuck, they got frightened and left. That's my detective view, and I straighten my little detective hat when I say it. So, but I said, would you like me to open up the drawer in the desk, if it's okay? Also, I can trigger the trap to trigger, so we can actually see what's down there.
Yep, that sounds good.
Okay.
Well, by the sound of it, and again, this is not Cordo speaking, this is talking about the director. Triggering the trap is not hard. Apparently, it's leaving the vault without having you activated the lever.
That's correct.
Well,
so.
Dane and Pinwinkle will go into the vault then.
The vault door is currently locked.
Which we'll need the master key to get in, won't we?
Yep. Unless you pick it.
I think it's going to be hard to pick the vault.
I'm sure an expert investigator could do it.
I'm sure one could as well.
I feel I have a little tear in the side of my eye when you say that, Cordo. So.
No, Cordo likes to say, because Cordo's standing at the top of the stairs. He's not involved in this complication outside the room.
Well, I feel a little warmth inside me because I feel the internal congratulations on all my work. So,
now, can you please pick the vault so we can carry on?
Okay. A little bit of spit in my hands, get my little thieves tool out. And I'll start picking them
Critical
out.
one.
Yeah, what have I got?
It would be a time to roll it.
Well, he hasn't rolled above 5 on an important roll yet, has he?
No, I did roll a 20 before, so.
Yeah, but what was that for?
That was for
Scratching
perception.
his eye.
Oh, to spot the trap in the first place, yes, okay.
That's for giving a woo 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 to be able to.
How many GM rerolls do we have, Martin?
You have 4.
Okay, cool.
3. It's 20 total, Martin.
Are you happy with a 20?
Bellas didn't see it sucked in.
That's okay.
Dane did with his crowd.
Bella's got other things to do tonight. Buckle one.
Martin hasn't said the door open yet.
Run away.
So are you happy with a 20?
Whoa, that's pretty high.
He'd be happier with the 25.
Yeah, I would have if I had higher, but I think that's not too bad. So let's try that first. I'm just trying to work out the lock. So
Remember, the point is that you don't you can use the reroll, but you don't necessarily know when you passed until you've decided to use it.
Well, we're going to reroll, don't we?
If
No,
you
let's
want
go
to,
start
that's
off with. Def 20 to start off with.
Okay.
you don't get a reroll if it's not good enough. Like just it.
Okay, you hear
I know,
this
but-
snap as you break your lockpick.
I got 2, so that's okay. Okay.
You only have 2.
I'm
One
only
now.
level 1, thank you, Dane. It's okay. Yeah, they're expensive little things, you know.
Broken.
Okay.
Do you have the upgraded ones?
I do have the upgraded one, yeah.
Or was that one of the upgraded ones, was it?
I have to confirm that right now.
Because they give you a bonus to the roll.
So did you add +1?
Well, I did that +1, yeah. So I was 19, then I had +1. So I did use the masterwork ones. So
Then snap. You did break an artwork one.
I've only got one masterwork one from memory. So I think you gave me one.
Okay.
That sucks.
I'm trying to think what else I've got. Not much else really, except for a normal one. I can certainly try again, but it's my last one, guys. So okay, let's go for it. I'll wait for Martin to get back when we'll roll
I can do it from here.
it. Okay.
It's a shame Bella couldn't see that.
21.
Okay, on a 21,
Back in a moment.
You feel it jam a bit, but not open. But you don't break your lockpick.
Okay, is that one success or not?
That is not a success. A 21 is a failure. A 20 is a critical failure.
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
I want to
So
go
how
back
many
up to the
times? What's your chance of rolling 30?
No, unless you roll magic. So I think I want to go back up to the desk and see if there's anything in there that maybe that can help us.
Sure.
Like unlock that one. Yeah. I'll try the one at the desk. That's all right. That's 23.
That's a 23. Okay, you get one success on breaking open that lock.
I mean, what a surprise. The local pawnbroker happens to have a really good lock on his vault door.
That's one more than that. That's 24.
Okay, you get 2 successes on opening the drawer.
How many do you need?
3 often.
Oh,
And that's an 18 run.
On an 18, you get 1 failure, so you can keep going.
Okay. That's a 21.
Okay, on your 3rd success, the drawer pops open. You
Cool.
have successfully broken into his drawers.
Cool. I'm just looking for any sort of key that might be for the vault. That's I'm looking for a backup key.
Okay, and inside is just a book.
Okay. Well, put it on top of the
books,
desk.
actually.
Do they look like ledgers and things like that, I'm assuming? Or?
They are his accounting books.
Okay.
They are ledgers, lots of ledgers.
Okay.
We need a
Can I look
forensic
for-
account.
Yeah, as a detective, I'm looking for anything the last week that he might have had here that might have caused some sort of theft or something like that. Can I make out what he's trying to say? What's he had in stock, kind of thing?
He has basically that there were a few things he had bought and sold, but nothing seems to leap out and say this was dangerous or this was expensive or this was problematic.
Well, if other people want to look at it, they can, but I'm going, well, I don't think I'm going to break into that vault, guys. Maybe we can pry open the trap, maybe, to see what's down there. Can I pull the cloth away from the trap at all? Or was it stuck jammed in there, Martin?
Do you want to try pulling it? Give me a strength check.
Okay, I asked for somebody, I asked for
Nexa.
Nexa because I'm not a strong casting. And I go, hey, Nexa, you're so strong, you're so beefy. Can you pull the cloth out of this trap?
Sure. I will try.
Don't ask me.
My best.
Don't.
I got a 23.
Okay,
See
you hear a scream of pain from below as you yank on what appears to be a cloak, and hearing a gurgling sound coming from below. You keep pulling?
What did you ask me to do?
Okay.
Maybe you stop pulling.
Okay, stop pulling. Because I thought that was just a piece of cloth. I didn't think it was attached to any person. Sounds like there is a person down there. We need to see who the person is. Maybe
we need
guards
to
can.
make sure we can catch them because maybe their cloak is stuck on the. Well, their cloak is stuck on the trap, which means if we fully open it, they may fall and die.
I suppose, but maybe get the guards involved to help us out, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So we'll head back outside. Said, looks like we found an intruder in the trap next to the vault. Would the guards willing to help us out, try to get the guy out?
The guards will both look at you and go, how?
Well, we need to open up the trap to somehow pull him out. I've got this big, strong person there, and I point to Nexter.
They both look at each other and go, there's a trap in there?
There's a pit trap just before the door.
That's new, they say.
Anyway, we need your help.
These are the town guard, not the pawnbrokers guards, mind you, remember?
I know. And I just thought they would offer to help, but it sounds like they're useless, and I don't say that.
Well, they're happy to help, but they're not sure exactly how guarding the pit trap's going to help you.
No, I just thought maybe if they got to help either side to help levy the doors open of the trap, maybe that could help out. But I don't know. If they don't want to help it, I understand. It's all good. We're just trying to find a murderer. It's okay.
We're more than happy to help a little halfling with strength that halflings don't really have. If that will help you much, little man, they say.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking for because I'm only a little man. I can't do these things. That's why I ask for strong guys like you.
Sure, we're happy to help and provide muscle where needed.
Thank you.
Awesome.
So
good work.
Cool. Good. I'll bite my tongue on this one. So okay, we'll get them to come down and see if they can help us with some help with some other members if possible, and see if we can pry the door open without. And hopefully, if we can, with the reaction, pick up the guy before he falls to his death. So.
Okay, with a bit of wiggling, you manage to make the pit trap fall.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see that there is a man basically down the 20-foot pit. And his cloak was basically partly caught, but he did hit the bottom.
Okay.
And apparently a nice strong orc had pulled him all the way up to the top and into the roof of it. And then dropped him back down again.
I'm not an orc.
Yeah, I didn't know he was there. I wouldn't have known that. Hey, can we somehow put a rope down and see if he would like to climb up out of the pit?
He got his hands up, saying, "Sure, I'm coming.
Shouldn't we question the thief before releasing him?
No, we're releasing him.
We're not releasing him. I didn't say we're releasing him.
We have two guards and the entire party here.
Yeah, we're making sure this guy doesn't go anywhere. And I'm looking at big, strong necks that are maybe if she has to bind him and and then we get Cordar to question him in the Cordar way, which is not trying to kill him, hopefully. And sorry, Dane, you're leading this. I'll shut up.
No, that's good. No, we need to pull him up and then question him, but also make sure he doesn't, escape or try and take his own life or anything like that. Standard stuff.
It's always useful. Okay, so I'm going to get a picture of what he looks like so you can actually see him clearly, because he's not a human.
Please don't be a halfling. Please don't be a halfling.
Would you like him to be a halfling? I can change him to a halfling.
No, Martin. I said please don't. And I think I've had enough pain today. So.
Oh, we would be murdering him.
No, I think the guards were murdering him.
We're all a team.
Such racism in this group.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, if it's a goblin, then Cordar can murder him.
Mark, we're not racist. Racism is the crime, and crime is the halfling.
He looks a lot like that.
What the?
Okay, does anyone recognise what that is?
No.
I'm talking not necessarily player, I'm looking at characters.
Pretty sure that's a mimic.
So give me a knowledge roll of some sort.
What sort of knowledge?
I got
Is it a humanoid, so knowledge society type effect, or
that would work?
I got 12.
Under 12. Nope, nothing you dealt with as a dwarf very much.
Well, I rolled.
I got 13.
Okay,
I rolled
so
16.
Our elven friend has not dealt with these guys before, but Balath has. These smooth-skinned, hairless humanoids with penetrating eyes and skin that changes to mimic its surroundings is called a skulk. It is a cowardly and lazy humanoid that lives on the fringes of society, stealing what they need and doing what they must, even committing casual murder to survive. And their unabashed cowardice is perhaps their most widely known trait.
Lovely.
Balath spits on the ground. A typical coward.
And they are basically well-known thieves that even put halflings to shame in how little regard they have for other people's properties.
This is a skulk.
So they worse than goblins then?
There's not many intelligent creatures that are worse.
Most people would see goblins as worse because most people don't know that these guys exist.
Yeah.
So I correct them and let them know that these ones are crappier. I once dealt with a skull.
Greenskins would still count as worse. There's obviously more of them.
Alright, so since Balath knows, then what does it speak? Does it speak common then?
It does speak common, and it also speaks.
Could you not hear it looking?
Okay, well, we'll ask this questions being like, were you part of the robbery/murders?
Oh, he says, well, I just happened to have fallen in this hole by accident and had absolutely nothing to do with what was going on.
Do you have the key on you?
And he sounds completely believable.
Martin.
Please.
I look to the two guards.
Even though he looks completely believable, you do realize that he's down the hole. And you can also see down the hole the missing master key.
Martin.
Yep.
He looks to the two guards, points to the skulk, and says, "These creatures are liars, and thieves, murderers, and worst of all, cowards. You want to know who killed, who made murder? I could think of no greater suspect."
So we should kill him then, sir.
No, not yet.
No. First of all, we have questions. Second of all, that will come down to the sheriff's decision. I guess it's our decision, but no, not yet.
Well, if it's your decision, we can kill him now, sir, and get it over and done with. One less problem.
No, we need information from him.
Okay, what would you like us to do? Would you like us to beat him into submission?
No,
we can handle this, but let it be known that if something happens to us, it was the skulk.
We shall let the town know the skulks are at fault. We shall drive them from this town and murder the lot of them.
Just hold up. There is only one. It's not a massive army of skulks. There is this one here. We need information, but wait a second. Also, give me one moment. I cast a spell.
Yep.
And in Cordar's ears, a very quiet whisper is heard. This is our scapegoat.
So we're still not looking for the real murder?
I don't give a shit.
I mean, that's one way to end a freaking adventure pretty quickly.
Honestly, I was thinking the same thing. As like, we could just end this right here, declare him as the murderer, and just walk out.
One would just be like, well, that was on to the next adventure, I suppose.
Oh, I'm seriously considering it. I know that Martin is quiet right now. That concerns me.
No, it's even more concerning. Okay, well, we'll take the kick.
It's the sort of thing that Cordar's reaction of regarding the real murderer side of the house was definitely true and valid and correct. Cordar is not one who walks out of the town based upon the idea of, oh, he's a good scapegoat.
All right. So we need to search this this Cretan.
I'm not a Cretan, he calls out.
Yeah. Well, bullshit.
I assume we all see the key. Is that right, Martin? Or?
Yes, you do see the key on the ground there.
Okay. Once he's there, I would like to get the key if he hasn't got it on himself.
Yep.
But I want to get the key. But I think we need to get certain party members to, I suppose, question him in a nice manner. I'll leave that up to Velath and Corda and maybe Nixa.
While you're on your way getting down the key, you hear the mechanism of the trapdoor trying to shut, but with all the people holding it open, it starts to grind and make really bad noises.
Okay, I'll quickly get the key, come back up. I should have got a roll. Acrobatics?
Nope. No need, because basically they're holding the door open for you.
Cool.
Was there anything else down there?
No, that was it. And
Cool.
the key looked like it'd been down there longer than he had.
Okay. But still, I'll let somebody else do the questioning. I'll maybe, if possible, open up the alt and disable the chat when I get in there.
Yeah.
But once he's up and people have got him tied and bind and with our muscle team to belt him back and forwards with their hands. So I'll with Dane. I'll go with Dane and look inside once we've disabled the trap. So
okay, he
after
does
we know
look
that.
like he's been injured, so he did get hurt in the fall.
Don't care. No.
Bella, can you make sure that he's not going to die or anything?
I just say try to, please. That's all I ask.
And as Pinwinkle into the room, I just look at Ballas, like, just make sure he doesn't die, please.
He does say that he will tell everything he knows if you'll let him live.
Are you suggesting you haven't told everything you know so far? I thought you said you had just come here and found yourself at the bottom of the pit.
Well, he knows other things. He just didn't want to, tell you everything without a bargain. He's good at bargains. He knows selections are good at bargains.
Corda, you're handling the questioning while we're searching for.
So, as you use the...
So what do you know that's worth your life?
I know lots of
As a
things.
player, please remove Bella from this situation. He will go Old Testament.
He says he knows many things, including the people who left him here.
But you said you were here by yourself.
I was left here by myself.
So who were the people with you when you were left there?
Well,
That's not the same as what you said before.
if you promise to let me live, I will tell you everything I know.
I promise I will not kill you.
How about the rest of your people?
No members of my people will be involved in killing you.
So
he tells
say,
you that his tribe of skulks, the Nisku, was doing a favor for a group of humans in exchange for the narcotic Shiva, which Balaf knows from Gavosa.
Mm-hmm.
It's used to basically, it's an addictive drug that you basically sell to make them buy more.
Yeah, good economic.
And basically he was addicted to their drug.
Okay.
And
basically he basically woke up in the pit.
And how did you get to the pit?
He doesn't know. Last he knew, he was trying a new drug that his one of his hulks gave him, Kaimeth and Anane. And if anything would know what happened to him, those two would.
go read in bed, okay?
Well, it makes sense. It really is.
So who are these humans supplying the shiver?
He does not know because they've all been dealing with those two skulks.
Okay. Corda turns to the guard saying, "Is this shiver a problem in town?"
Good way to make money.
They have not heard of it. No one's turned up having drugs or used drugs that they know of.
Bella briefly comments that it's a good way to make money off junkies.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so while you're doing that discussion, Pinwinkle opens the vault.
Mm-hmm.
So beyond the heavy steel door, the darkened chamber is lined with shelves, including freestanding shelves in the center. There's ample room in the vault, but labeled boxes, bags, weapons, and armor are spread throughout.
Do we do a check to see if anything's actually been stolen from the vault?
Okay.
I'll disable the trap first.
And as you open the vault, you find another skulk lying on the ground.
I point to the other skulk. Is that your mate?
He looks and goes, "What's she doing here?"
What's her name first?
Zakar.
Okay. Was he one of your people that helped out with this sting?
What sting? We were just having drugs together.
Okay.
So how did you get hold of these drugs? You said you came from the humans.
Yeah, it was...
Why are they giving you drugs?
Well,
what do you do for them?
Kaimeth and Oname were the ones who gave me drugs.
And what were you doing for them?
Nothing. They were just good friends. I do trade business with them.
What was that term, is that?
Been doing tribal business with them.
And such as?
Just helping them with issues.
Issues as?
They had trouble finding things, so I helped them find stuff.
What sort of stuff?
Lost stuff.
Who's lost stuff?
Well, they said it was theirs, so I trust them.
And where did you find it?
Well, they said they lost it in someone's back room, and they didn't want to wake them up, so I found it for them.
So you stole it?
No, I didn't steal anything. I recovered. I'm a recoverer.
No, you're stealing from other people's belongings.
Well, they said it was theirs, and I believed them. They're very
Where
believable.
was this room?
Sure you did. Okay. And now I look to the guard, so is there any particular penalty for thievery in this town?
They nod enthusiastically.
I'll leave him to your justice.
And they drag him off, and they go and grab the girl too.
Whoa. Just calm the farm. We gotta actually figure out if any. Can we go and get them to lock them up in their cells, and we can go and talk to them there?
They go, sure. Just don't take too long, otherwise there might not be much left.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Okay, so as people step into the room, everyone can make a perception roll.
I got 24.
Well, you notice it right away. There is a secret panel in the back room, in the back wall.
Wait, sorry, say again, Martin. Susie was talking.
There's a secret panel in the back wall with a keyhole.
Okay.
You know, almost certainly the one that we're told about that leads to a lever to open so the trap doesn't go off when you go in.
No, that was a lever.
No, that was supposed to be the front door. I thought that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I assume that I've already disabled the trap now. Got in the vault.
Yep. Well, the door's open, meaning that's how the trap's been disabled.
Yep, and I'll flick the lever before we go out as well.
Okay, you need to use the key to unlock the panel to flick the lever.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so I'll go over there and unlock it for obvious reasons. So.
Okay, so you see that this room contains a lot of items, gems, and jewelry, and expensive-looking weapons that weren't on display, as well as coins from Corvosa, Magnamar, and other areas.
And is anything missing?
I got a 22 on perception as well, man. So on that one.
Okay, hard to tell if anything's missing.
Okay.
You'd have to know exactly what was there to know what was missing.
Can we bring the wife in to see if she can tell if anything's missing?
Okay, so having a look around, she says that it looks as if it has been disturbed, but hard to tell if what's missing and what's not. It would take a while going through the books to figure that out.
Okay, well, that's helpful.
And would any of you like to make a medicine check on the skulks?
May as well.
Yeah, I'll do it as well.
I'll try, I guess.
You don't have medicine kit.
I got a 20, I believe. Just confirming. Just turn over. For medicine, you get 20.
Okay, looking at both of the skulks, they're both looking like they're suffering from a heavy withdrawal.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. Well, I think we need to go maybe back to the sheriff and do some questioning of these.
Yeah, let's have a look at the guards' bodies.
And
I said
Mark,
give the key
you,
to the,
you also recognize it as the Corvosan drug known as Shiva, and it is something that he can use to knock someone out if given a high enough dosage.
Yeah, I've seen this before in Underworld hits, when back in my serious detective days. I say that in a kind of a gravelly tone as well. I hand the key over to the wife saying, this is the key that you're looking for.
Yeah.
If you don't mind checking what is missing, please, when you've got some time, because this could be valuable to find out who murdered your husband.
She said,
we tell Bella to ask her, because then she'll do it.
Yeah, I'll hand it to Bella. Actually, I'll hand the key to Bella. I'll let Bella make the conversation. So,
am I asking her to go through the accounts and shit and try and find something missing?
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, I attempt to persuade her to complete that task as quickly as she can.
Sure, give me a diplomacy check.
Really?
Or can.
Doesn't get advantage on it, maybe.
I'll give you advantage on that roll because she does like you a lot.
Oh, Balath, I might need help with going through the numbers. They're not really my thing.
23.
Okay, so she does, say, will you be able to assist me? I'm sure someone as, fine, capable, and knowledgeable as you will see through deceptions and numbers much better than I.
If only you knew what I'm going to do to those skulks, you wouldn't say that. But sure.
And she hands you a small purse to say, here's something to help you for your efforts so far. I'm sure I can find more for you to stay around with.
Mm-hmm.
As she puts a bag of coins in your hand.
Can we ask one of the guards to stay guarding the house, and the other one will take the prisoner? Will help take the prisoners back to the sheriff's office.
Yep.
Do we need the house guarded still?
Just in case.
Well, it does contain a lot of the treasures of the town.
Before you guys leave, I tell Dawn that if you need the skulks properly interrogated, to let me know.
Well, we do.
Properly interrogated.
Oh, I wink. I'm like, I gotcha. Yeah, no worries. We'll send them your way again.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
You didn't say that in court art hearing, did you?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
No, because it's just court art very specifically said that he nor members of his group would kill them. On the idea that he was standing under the guard, they finish him off.
He just whispered to Dane as I was walking past.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, okay. I'll just tell Bella I'll send Cobalt to help with the persuasions when it's time as well.
Oh, good idea.
Okay.
But yes. So if the members of the party are heading back towards the sheriff with the skulks, then yeah, Cordar happy to go along with that because actually, yeah, Cordar certainly has no love for the skulks whatsoever, but he also is confident that the guards will deal with the skulks appropriately.
Yeah, okay. So we'll head back.
Okay, so as you're doing that, you see a cleric walking towards the sheriff's office.
Mm-hmm. Is it a cleric that we've seen? We've seen what the religions are in this town?
You have not seen what religion she is, but you can tell by her demeanor and her robes that she's a cleric of some sort.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, we'll continue.
And she arrives at the the sheriff's office when you guys do.
Mm-hmm.
She waits for you to walk in front of her, dragging the two skulks.
Okay. Well, I'll talk to the sheriff and say, "No, we've got two more to put in a jail cell, sheriff. We'll need to do some interrogation / discussions with them."
Sure, that she'd be happy to see how Pathfinders do it. You can get some tips.
No worries.
And behind you see the cleric shake her head and go, and the sheriff look at her and go, "Sister Woodmere, what are you doing here?"
I'll turn around and be like, "My name's Dane. Happy to meet you, sister."
Hi, why are you going to interrogate? Shouldn't you just use magic to determine their truth? Magic solves everything, you know. Gods are very good at helping find lies and deception.
Would you be able to help us with that? Because we do not have that type of magic.
Then why are you investigating? Shouldn't you, have, thought ahead?
We have more archaic techniques.
So you're using so you're saying you're using magic, arcane techniques?
No, I was supposed to say archaic. Is it archaic?
Yeah, archaic is the term you were reading, but in the sense of we're going to go medieval on your ass.
Yeah, that's on board. Good. Yeah, okay, good. I got it right.
You did get it right. I was just teasing you.
Something
As you goes, well, I prefer a divine way of doing things because torture never really does make someone tell the truth.
Does anyone recognise what faith she's apparently representative? Like I think Cordai's trained in religion, so no, Cordai's not trained in religion, so.
Can we just ask the sheriff?
What a good idea.
Well, yeah.
Because yeah.
Oh my god, she's so purry. My cat is sitting on my lap, like purring her head off.
No. Oh.
Very happy, Judy.
Brunson is chewing on his bone, and well, thank you, buddy. It's very nice of you to lay on those clean white sheets and chew on your shitty bone on those white sheets. Thanks, mate.
Well, just wants you to know where it all is. And the sheriff says she is a cleric of Eristil, god of community.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm sure she can get to the truth of the matter.
Okay, sister, could you please help us with this investigation using your divine magic?
I shall ask my god in the morning, and I shall go and prove that this Sphinx is no threat to our town, or is the cause of all our problems.
Well, that would certainly. As I say, we found these two skulks actually in the trapped in the scene of the crime. The skulks certainly have no connection with the circus. Clearly, the circus is not involved.
Yes, but the people still believe the Sphinx is involved, and if we can make a show of it, they will calm down.
Yes, but can you also help to talk to these skulks? Because I fear that they are going through, as one of us has identified, they're going through withdrawal of a specific drug, so they may not be able to cooperate for much longer.
She looks at them and shakes her head in a sort of disrespectful manner, considering that was her empathy role, and goes, "Well, I'm sure if we leave them overnight, they'll live, and they'll be in a better condition to talk rationally after they've had a night of withdrawal."
Mm.
Wouldn't you say that's a fitting point for those who live in the shadows and prey upon the innocent and weak?
Oh, sorry. Sheriff, do we have your word that they won't be bothered or touched or anything until morning?
I can vouch that they'll be alive for the week if you ask it.
Thank you. Alright. What should we do now? So we'll need to wait for the morning then to talk to the cleric.
I was going to say, Cordell will certainly make the sheriff and the priestess while she's there aware that, well, they've already admitted to a number of deaths within town, presumably significantly before the circus. They've been here longer than the circus has been here. So
we've had a sculpt problem for a while. Hard to prove.
Even with evidence.
Even when they're found and caught in the trap of the
This is the first time you've actually caught one in the act.
Ah, well.
They are chameleons after all.
And they've confessed.
Yes, and normally they don't. So you must have got them on a bad day. And by the way, I have heard the widow has offered to put you guys, well, one of you guys up at least for the night.
Yes.
Bellum isn't there. He's still with her, isn't he?
Yes. Yes, we will appreciate you continuing to post a guard at the entrance to the house, just in case anything is tried, because there are still valuables in there, so we are afraid that someone may try and steal the rest.
Well, it is the only bank the town has, so it would be rather unfortunate if things were stolen from it.
Yes.
Okay.
My man.
You get put up for the night at the widow's house.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ballas gets put down as well.
Well, he gets some extra treatment.
Yeah.
Mark, did Pimwinkle on last session when we got told we were coming to Ilsildur then, Pimwinkle and maybe was it someone else did some underworld checks to find out about what was happening in town at that stage, and they found out about the Thieves Guild in town.
I believe I did find about a Thieves Guild, I believe, from memory.
Did you talk about that with the party at all?
Nope.
Okay.
But I do excuse myself sometime during the night to. I just tell them I'm doing some investigation. I'm not going to cause a problem. I'm just going to do some investigation, and I'll come back before you'll go back to sleep.
Well,
Bella throughout
you do
the
know
night
that
does depart too.
the Thieves Guild is Talaxian, and there is a rival one that is Skulk.
Okay, well, I'll go to that one. And use
certainly as a player, and again, I know somebody in court I can probably pick up the fact that, well, yeah, if there's supplying drugs in town, presumably it's the Thieves Guild.
Yes, David?
Sometime throughout the night, Bella makes his way to Mistress Bellas's curiosity shop.
Yep. Okay.
And has a little bit of a look around, and then also notices Ilstrian Storage and Hauling next door.
You do.
The fuck?
And he walks into Mistress Bellas's curiosity shop.
Okay, you are greeted.
It's awful late at night for a curiosity shop to be open.
It's curious, isn't it? You hear a female voice say in perfect Chilaxian.
Yes. I do not attempt to hide my Chilaxian accent whatsoever.
So, what sort of potions are you looking for? You need something to keep yourself going with the widow?
I was wondering if perhaps...
This town is a small town.
I was wondering if perhaps some Shiva might be in town.
Oh no, we don't really stock that sort of stuff. It's a little addictive, and people might want to break in and steal it if they obtain some. So I try to avoid the more addictive substances and go for more of the enhancements, if you might say. Though I'm not sure you need any enhancement, but if you are having trouble in that way, I can assist.
Well, let's just say that we both know that I'm not here for any curiosity.
And I am not that curious about what you might be here for. I have plenty of potions. What sort of potion would you like?
You know, it's interesting that next door, the storage and hauling place, it's just next door.
Yeah, they're closed for the night, but I'm sure if you drop by during the day, you can have a word with the people there.
You mean maybe Boreas?
Yep, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to receive you, as he's currently otherwise occupied.
Tell me, you're Rebella, aren't you?
That I am, though I'd rather use a different name here.
Moncello.
Yes, that would be me.
The both of you, Moncello.
That would be us.
I'm going to be perfectly honest with you.
That would be a change.
Currently, the skulks are getting the blame, but people are going to start asking more questions.
In which case, then, they should probably get as much blame as possible because, well, it would be so much easier without such filth walking around this place, wouldn't you think? They cause so many problems, they steal from everyone, they break things, they're not that bright, and besides, they're not even human.
Look, I don't disagree, but do you know what the problem is?
That you need evidence to frame them with.
It's all a bit too convenient.
I'm sure you can come up with some sort of evidence you look like the sort who could do so. I've met your type before.
I, of course, have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, how about if I give you, say, 5 gold coin to help you with your memory and coming up with some evidence?
The widow herself paid me more than that.
10 gold. I'm more than happy to give you 10 gold to help you come up with some, evidence and help that memory of yours.
The circus itself paid significantly more.
Okay, well, in that case, how about 50 gold if that would help your ego and that mustache of yours?
Look, let's not talk about a price at the moment, but let's just say that at some point I may need a little bit of assistance.
Well, how about a personal favour?
A what, sorry?
Personal favour. I'm sure someone of your smile and dashing nature
Depends how personal the favor is.
It can be quite personal. So
Look,
look,
let's just
the
leave it
crazy
at that for now.
potion maker.
But there is something I would ask of you.
And what is that, Mr. Chelaxian diplomat?
I suspect somebody at some point, that perhaps might even be a halfling, may walk in here.
Should I kill them?
Well, first of all, I would ask that you make things as awkward and as irritating as possible. But second of all, I would ask that absolutely no harm comes to him.
Would it be considered harmful if I make him sit in a latrine for the next 3 days?
Yes, I need him. It pains me to say it, but I need him.
Well, she slides across the potion and says, if you pour that in his drink when you don't need him any longer, he'll spend the next 3 days in a latrine.
I love this place.
Just consider that my personal gift to you. Won't harm him in any way, but he'll feel sorry for himself the entire time. Worked on the town guard like a treat.
Thank you. But if he does come by, please don't hurt him. Please don't harm him. Just, well, you know, make it awkward.
Shall I flirt with him outrageously then?
What color is her hair, Martin?
Her hair is raven black.
I fear you are not his type.
What, I'm breathing, aren't I? Isn't that a halfling's type?
Well, we'll just leave it at that. For now, good evening. I have some people to attend to.
Okay, so you head back.
I was going to say, so Cordar is actually keen to go back to the carnival and actually at least wander around and enjoy the sights of the carnival for the evening.
Okay, so
assuming they reopen it after they've dealt with the body.
They won't get to open it till the next day, but they let you in, and you get to have a personal meeting with the Sphinx because you're the one who came back later.
Okay.
So yes, you get to meet the Sphinx. What do you ask of the Sphinx? She's looking at you expectantly.
Well, as I said, I'm curious that you're apparently a willing participant in this enclosure.
She says yes, because it keeps them from touching me. Would you really like to have people running their hands all over you just because you look different?
No, I can certainly understand that issue growing up.
And they pay for my travels, so I get food, lodging, entertainment. I get to watch them and sing and learn stories and explore while we're traveling between towns.
So you don't spend all your time in this cage?
Only while I'm in towns. Wouldn't want them to get suspicious.
Do you have the access to get out of it when you wish?
I have to wait for someone to unlock the cage for me, otherwise it would look a little suspicious if I was seen unlocking it.
Oh, no, I meant like in the sense that, like, say, if no one was here, would you be able to get out?
I could quite easily lift this cage off me if I needed to.
Yes.
There's nothing underneath it, there's no floor. It is rather flimsy after all.
Is there more comfortable accommodations for you elsewhere in the circus?
There is a caravan I use when I travel. That's where all my pillows go when we're not decorating this set.
Okay. Are there any of the caravans that look big enough, like significantly bigger than the cage itself?
None of them are significantly bigger than the cage. They're all actually smaller, so should pretty much be squeezing into one of them.
Right. So it still doesn't seem like a very comfortable way to travel.
Well, I'm only there while we're going and leaving a town. After that, I'm letting myself out.
Of course.
Wouldn't want to scare the the paying customers now, would we?
I understand. It's it's possible. I expect some of those would want to come for the scare. A bit of a roar now and again is probably what they're looking for.
Well, I do that from inside the cage. As long as the cage is there, they feel safe. If the cage was not there, then it would be monster, here comes the pitchforks.
So, speaking of pitchforks, do you have issues and problems with people trying to poke or throw stones at you through the cage?
No, we have the circus guards who deal with that.
So people are sure you don't not bother significantly in that way. So that's good.
As long as I stay in the cage, they're content to just observe and oogle.
So, getting to the accusation itself, do you know anything of the matter?
Apparently someone died recently and was mauled by some sort of animal. And that's all I've heard argue, except for someone saying recently, about a couple of hours ago, with a Churlish accent, that they were stabbed and then clawed.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very nice accent, and from what I saw of him before I rolled over, he was a pretty boy too.
God damn it.
Bit young for my taste, but pretty nevertheless.
What's the big and yes, just to be clear, you had no involvement in the incident?
No, I was here all the time.
And would there be anyone other than circus folk that would be able to vouch for that?
Well, most of the during the time it happened was while they were doing their performances, so we just would have had the guards here. I try not to keep the flap open all the time; it adds to the mystique.
Yes. So yes, you only have circus folk as an alibi.
Yes.
So have you been following the circus long?
Well, I've been dealing with this one for about 2 or 3 generations of the performers.
So a long-serving circus then?
Not really. It's been rather short for this stint. Yeah, only about 200 or 300 years. So I'm sure that it might be able to outlast the one I'd done previously, as long as they don't get stoned by the locals again.
Well, unfortunately, I suspect that may be an occupational hazard.
Yes, people don't like things.
People fear what they don't understand.
And beware mages, because people tend to stone those guys first.
So, well, again, so if you've been in the circus this long, do you feel that there is anyone in the circus that could be capable of such a crime?
Stabbing someone? We do have a knife thrower, but he doesn't like stabbing things. He's a bit squeamish. Last time he hit one of the performers, he passed out.
But also, how do you get along with all the other performers and folk within the circus?
Well, I hide them all, so I get along with them fine.
Just thinking about whether or not, as you said, apparently the victim was wounded with a blade, and then it made to look like an animal that attacked. And they say, if there was anyone within the circus that might hold a grudge or harbour concerns against you, they might be trying to frame you in that sort of sense.
I don't think anyone in the circus would need to, because if they would just make sure the door was unlocked at the same time. It's not that hard to get the key away from the mistress in charge. I'm sure if someone really tried, they could get it.
So the sheriff confirmed that your cage was locked at the time of the murder?
Hasn't been unlocked the whole time I've been here.
But again, there'd be no one to necessarily confirm or deny that.
Yeah, Well, it's a bit hard when you have to trust the people who are guarding in the first place to keep guarding.
I'm just thinking the fact that, yes, your thoughts about having someone unlock the gate, the door for you, wouldn't necessarily make much further evidence either way. So,
someone would have to get the key first, and the mistress has the key at all times.
But as I say, if all we're trying to do is create a perception of you being created a murder, then it doesn't require you to actually have access at the point in time. So obviously that would be advantageous, but given the attitude towards that the townsfolk around here are generally going to have towards outsiders such as yourselves, and especially more strange creatures, as yourself particularly.
Well, you see her extend her claws and flex them and going, if I was to kill them with these, there would be nobody left. Sorry.
And this was a point that we had actually noted, but again, folk can be credulous.
And why would I leave a body behind? Because I could fly. I could just drop in, pick it up, and take off with it.
Indeed.
And again, why would I want to abduct a person when I have plenty of people wanting to wander in here on their own anyway?
Do you know anything of the skulks in this region?
They are interesting thieves and sometimes murderers. They're good with blade work. So if you were to look for someone who was good at stabbing someone, I'd check those guys out. They're known for their assassinations.
Do you have any connections with them, or do you know if any of the circus folk have any connection with them?
We try to avoid them because basically they give a bad name to Varisians. Because most people will assign their thievery to us because they're more active while we're around. We're good scapegoats for them.
And I fear that may well be the case in this situation.
It's far easier to blame a Varisian than it is anyone else because we look the part. Gypsies, wanderers, monsters. And what's more easy to blame than a travelling circus? Because of course we're all, highly dangerous people because we're travelling with monsters through monster-infested regions.
Yes. Unfortunately, it does make it easy to make you scapegoats. But hopefully we can ensure an intercession. The lady of the circus suggested that there were multiple secrets that we wish to keep from you. I do apologise for making a statement earlier that may have implicated or degraded that situation. But is there anything else that we should be aware of that we're not to divulge?
Well, that sphinxes are intelligent is something that most of the locals don't seem to understand. They seem to think of us as mindless beasts.
Which is a perception you're happy to perpetuate.
Makes money. If I was seen as intelligent, then I'd be seen as some sort of mastermind. Going around and doing God knows what. I'm sure they'd come up with
something most exotic to be looking at.
Yes,
and to interact with.
They'd be less interested in interacting with an intelligent beast than they are with a non-intelligent one. After years of being both, non-intelligent beast makes more money.
I was thinking that surely there'd be those who'd be interested in hearing your story, but yes, I understand that you had the opportunity to try that idea out. There were stories or rumours of a large winged four-legged beast flying the area last night.
There was nothing flying the area last night. If there was, I could tell.
So you're saying it was not you, but you would know if it was any other similar creature as yourself.
If I can hear you talking across a circus paddock, then I would hear a flying animal. I hunt via sound more than sight.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome, and it's always nice to talk to one of the Sylvan, even if you are far from home. I'm sure you miss the trees and delicate sounds of the peaceful forests.
Well, I certainly enjoy the opportunity to wander through the nature's terrain. Although, admittedly, I actually grew up amongst the humans. I actually spent more of my time actually wandering swamps nearby.
If you get a chance, I would check out the forest north of Riddleport, for you will find some of your kin there. It was once their home.
I shall keep it in mind. Thank you. And then as I Corda was actually mainly wanted to see the sights of the carnival.
And you
so if they're doing anything, then he'll wander around and at least interact with the if they're not actually doing carnival stuff, Corda will aim to just look around and see the carnival folk and spend the evening chatting with them. So.
Okay, so you see
again,
a bunch
partly just to confirm the Sphinx's story that yes, seemingly no one has anything against her and no reason to frame her within the circus.
Okay. So how many
and see if there's any further information to the story that she provided, and or the story of her involvement. So.
Okay, having a good look around, you see that the place is, fairly welcoming. All the performers are happy to have a chat with you, and you find that they're happy to even show you their games and wares. And you come across someone who calls herself Madame Mystique, a shapely woman in a provocative Varisian costume of red and black silk, held together by ribbons, covered in all manner of scarves, necklace, earrings, and other decorative costume pieces. But her face is concealed by a finely crafted silver mask, showing only her playful brown eyes.
I am, and she so as I say, the carnival's not actually running at the moment. Is that correct?
Yep.
It's not actually entertaining guests and citizens. So I will be curious as to why such a beautiful creature as herself continues to wear a mask and there's no one around to appreciate it.
Well, she gestures in your direction.
Okay. Like I said, I'm certainly happy to try and chat to her.
Hey, Mon, do you mind if I finish up?
We can, if you'd like, we can finish up here and continue next session with Jeremy's character investigating the circus.
If that's okay.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. That's fine. Yep. So,
Okay, so
I'll do investigation of the Thieves Guild next session.
because he's going to do investigation of the Thieves Guild. Bella's going to do investigation of the widow's bedroom.
Natural 20. Don't you feel great about that?
So, okay then. Well, thanks everyone.
No worries, thanks, heaps.
So I'll let everyone catch up, finish up for the night because I'm also exhausted. And
Yeah.
I will see you all next session, and some of you before then.
Okay. Have a good night, all. Have a good weekend.
Good night.
Okay, good night, everyone. Bye.
Okay.
Okay, and end scene is.